He off the hook, bro. Oh my God. He's snapping.
Swear to God, all the way upstairs, you can hear his ass all the way up there. Spazzing, boy. Not at all, boy. Right there.
Niggas already commented. Fuck all that, boy.
Swear to God.
Damn, we got 4 comments already. Fast. Oh my God.
We gotta come through for something. Shit, man. I can't keep letting us down like this. We all sat there, got our game out the way last night. Shit, man. Huh? Got you, shorty. Listen, man, I gotta grow on me commanders. I know Max still on chat, Max. You better comment. You Max that boy?
It's like Sean.
I keep 20 in the pocket. Talk about 80 if the Bentley is the topic.
Ballin'!
Hitter.
Ballin'! Ballin'! All I know is we're real in this bitch. 15 coaches type their names in the motherfucking comment section for the gift. 15 coaches from the league. Simple as that. And yes, King Madden League matters. It's a commissioner's choice gift. But in this same show, we're going to be talking, and when I ask for 10 thumbs ups, then we're going to get a gift you want. But before we get into that, hit it, man. Rankings, right? Last time that I checked, these were the top 10 guys right here. 10 coaches right here, 10 teams right here that's balling out right now. We still have 3 undefeated teams in the league right now. Are you here with me, baby? You ready to get to it right now, man, and talk about those teams 1 through 10 right now, and then we'll talk about the 11 through 15 that's peeking in the window. Blah! Look at me now. Panthers 50 burger. Uh-oh. Bitch. Who you 50 burger?
Panthers to reply back to my message.
The Buck said, fuck that 50 burger. Reply back to his message so y'all can play. 50 burger him. Ooh. It was no smut on my breath. Alright, so our number one team in the BCS rankings in the Game of Thrones 3 rankings right now at the halfway.
Like somebody really playing hard.
Right at the motherfucker, say it again. Right at the motherfucking midway point, week number 9. Where all the things start to count, where the award races start to pop up, where everything starts to matter in the league now. Going forward, where your rookies have 8 games of experience right now, some 7 because they had their buys already. Where they start to open up and turn that corner right now. So let's talk about it right now. Here we go. Our number one team in the league right now, with the number 1 ranking in the entire league and the number 1 ranking in the NFC right now, are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 7-0 right now. We've been here before. We've seen these Bucks. You know, they're always somewhere in that top 10, always somewhere in that top 5 at times right now. The Bucks are here. Do you feel like there's something different about this Bucks team though this year?
Yeah,
or
this might be the year.
Yeah? This might be the year. Do you care to share why you feel that way?
I feel that it's their time. The time is now. The Buccaneers have been playing consistent football all season for the last 4 or 5 seasons, and this year I think they're gonna get over the hump.
Man, they putting up points in the worst way, and they're really not giving up a lot of points right now. 334 points scored to 153 giving up. They're on a 7-game winning streak, obviously 7-0. 4 home wins, 3 road wins right now. So they're getting it done everywhere, on home, on the road. They don't care where they playing at. They had Pathmark playing. They go to Wawa's. They go to motherfucking Fat Tuesdays. They go to clubs. They go everywhere. Anywhere you got to play, line up. Meet me at the 50, bitch. Simple as that. Here we go. Last year, the same team, the Broncos, had completed a regular season undefeated season, I think, and they or almost completed a regular season undefeated season. They were the last team to make the Miami Dolphins 72 team pop their champagne bottles. They were scared for a minute, thought they were going to have to put them up and lose their record, but they still hold on to that record right now. But the Broncos are number 2 in the league right now with 294 points scored, 159 given up. One thing about the Broncos, they're going to play really good defense, and their offense is very methodical. They can come out with game plans that'll scheme your ass up and down the field all game long. These Broncos are number 2. Do you have anything you like to say about this number 2 team, the Broncos?
I think the Broncos, last season left a bad taste in their mouth. And this year, I think they want to prove that last year wasn't a fluke, and they coming to take names, and they're showing halfway through the season.
Yeah. I agree. I think they feel like they hit their stride. I think they feel like they got the team built, to their liking right now, man. They do it a little different. They like the real face players. They do it a little different. They got to sprinkle in between some of the draft class players and the real face guys. But at the end of the day, this Bronco team is doing it their way. I think, what they showed last year and making it to the Super Bowl, I think they think that's their norm for them. That's where they want to be at every year, playing for a chance to go to the Super Bowl and win it. At number 3 right now, man, we was killing this team earlier on the shows. Well, we weren't killing them, but guys were killing this team early on right now. I mean, this team is undefeated, and they had a coach. I'm not going to say no names right now, but they had a coach say, man, I can't believe I fucking lost to Nando, man. I got standards. It's just certain people I can't lose to, bro. Like this is where the Patriots was at a couple of weeks ago during their undefeated run right now. Where these guys is looking at this coach like lunch meat right now. But yeah, he's 8-0 right now. 294 5-point score, only 196 given up on an 8-game winning streak right now. 2 home. Here's why his run is really, really spectacular right now. He got 2 home wins. He's been on the road 6 out of those 8 games and won all 6 of them. Talk about it, man. Why guys feel like, Nano is somebody they shouldn't be losing to, and like almost in the conversation. Again, I'm not saying no names or nothing like that, but the way I took it was like, damn, Nano ass. Now, damn, since when Nano became ass? But yet they 8-0 and they number 3 in the league right now. Here to talk to me.
This the Roy Jones syndrome. Y'all must have forgot.
Right.
This is a reigning Super Bowl champion at one point. He might have took a season or 2 off, but he back. You know, he like 50 Cent at the Super Bowl. You know, I still got it.
Right, fat as hell, upside down and shit. Talking about go shorty, it's your birthday.
Got it.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. All right, so there are 3 undefeated teams right now: the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Denver Broncos, and the New England Patriots right now. So, all right, so the next team in number 4 spot on a 7-game winning streak, 4 home games, 3 away, are the Buffalo Bills right now, man. We've been talking at a high length about the Buffalo Bills off season they had. These guys went fucking crazy in the off season through free agency, and they picked up a lot of good players in the draft as well. Particularly one of those players, you know, you got the kid at the free safety position, and then you got the running back Danger Griffin, who's really giving guys headaches right now. The Buffalo Bills and Coach Hoodie at 4 right now, man. Are they doing exactly what we thought the Bills would do with this coach, or are they overachieving?
No, they're doing exactly what you expect them to do. I don't take that week 1 loss into consideration, because a lot of teams lose week 1 after the draft, trying to get the chemistry of the team together, and I think that's just what happened in Buffalo. They were just trying to figure out which pieces need to go where and how to use them.
Right.
You see that it showed out the following weeks as they on a 7-game win streak. So yeah, they're right where they should be.
Yeah. Yes, sir, man. Number 5 on this list took a loss last week to the number 1 seeded Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the new young Gremlins, the New York Giants, and Coach Max right now. He calls himself the new young Gremlins. So we're going to sit here and talk about this team right now, man. Okay, one of those powerhouse teams in the NFC East, and, you know, our best division of football. The new young Gremlins, man, is what they call themselves. You know, they was dubbed that nickname by me, but that's what they call themselves. Let's just get it straight. He started screaming that Super Gremlin shit early on, and I thought it fit perfect with his team's name, man. I thought that would not be, you know, a good thing. NYG, new young Gremlins. Why is he calling his team that right now? Why do you feel like he's calling his team that?
Because they grimy. They know how to grind games out. Even last week, it wasn't a out of control game. You know, they keep games close, win or lose. I think last week was just more of a tester game. You know, trying to fill out what they need to do and what they need to work on. Don't be surprised if they come back in a rematch and might even win that rematch if they get there.
Man, I know you, when you play teams you're familiar with, the teams that you're looking forward to playing at the time where it counts the most. You know, regular season, at some point, you know, they play all the time. At some point, the studying and trying to, you know what, let me rephrase that. When you play somebody all the time, you've been in the same division as this guy before, y'all got a very big history of playing each other. Do you think that you still have room for being what type of Coach Max is, which is a guy that loves to watch film and get tendencies on guys? Do you think that goes out the window when you play somebody so much, or do you think that still benefits him?
It benefits him. You know, he's an expert at that, film watching and studying and tendencies. I think no one does it better than him.
Right. I agree. Man, so they are number 5 right now. Number 6, sneaking right back in that mix right now, are our Super Bowl champions. The Cardinals are sitting on a 6-game winning streak right now at 6-1. They just had a big game against the Baltimore Ravens, then turned right around and played the Cleveland Browns. They got the AFC North this year. They beat both those teams and put themselves at number 6 right now. Their only loss is to the number 1 team in the league. Also, Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. Let's talk about these Cardinals right now, man. Hits Israel is the man over there. What makes the Cardinals the Cardinals?
You know, the Cardinals are the Cardinals. They don't really take regular season too serious. You know, they always going to keep themselves in position to be where they need to be in the postseason. There's another team that I don't take too much onus on the week 1 loss. You know, they lost to the #1 team in the league, the Bucks, but it was more of a fill-out game. You know, he did a little snake shit, a little you know Dallas Cowboy shit with the running back, starting the whole game. So you know,
they signed Ronald Jones for week 1 to be able to put him, to play him and be an asshole with it, man. And if, you know, the Bucks focused on Ronald Jones and said, I would not let that man, you know, score a touchdown against me no matter what you think you're gonna do with him, and he did hold that to be true. But just like you said, some asshole shit. This team does a lot of work regular season, and they just turn into champions actually in the playoffs. So, but they're sitting at number 6, and although they're number 6, you still look at this team as one of the best teams in the league for sure. And you know, that's a lot of guys got to climb that mountain to better get over top of these Cardinals. They're stopping a lot of guys from having the success that they would like to have in this league right now, and the number 7 team is one of those teams right now. Number 7 on this list, right? Sitting at 6-1 as well, and their loss was to the Arizona Cardinals, man. The Arizona Cardinals have beaten the Ravens every time they lined up and played this so far right now. So let's talk about that before we talk about the Ravens right now. What type of mental block can that do for you know, the Ravens?
It can make them feel defeated before the game even started. You know, they come into the game pressing, trying to prove to themselves that they can beat this Arizona Cardinal team, and I think that puts them behind the 8-ball at the beginning of the game before it even starts. If they can just come into the game and play their game and not worry so much about what Arizona going to do or how they've lost to them previously, I think they might end up coming out with a win.
Yeah. The Ravens got very young. They did. They had a hell of an offseason through the draft and through trades right after the draft. They put a really good roster together going into their future. They got, you know, a team that's been built for a long time right now. A team that, you know, has Super Bowl conversations written all around this team. They turned their roster over a little bit, and they, you know, playing about 5 to 6 rookies right now. And this team doesn't seem like they're losing a beat right now. They're flying high right now. Number 1 scoring offense in the league, and the number 1 defense in the league right now. Actually, after that shootout against the Jaguars, they might have dropped to number 2 right now. But the number 8 team on this list is the Cleveland Browns right now. Have they arrived, Hitter? That's the question. Have they arrived?
Arrived. They are here. They putting the AFC North on notice that it's not just the Ravens around here.
Right.
They've been pretty strong the last few seasons, and I think they're really ready to take that jump to be the number 1 team in the North.
Yeah, I like them. I like what they're doing over there. They got a quarterback that can put up points right now. He has complete command of their offense right now. The Cleveland Browns, you know, with Braden Stanton, I think he's putting himself in the ram as a quarterback that we have to talk about as an elite quarterback in this league. And they know how to get the ball to his weapons, man. They stick to their script. They do not come off of what they like to do. And win, lose, or draw, they're gonna run their offense, and their offense is is a oldie but goodie, man. You got the Bill Walsh face of the Cleveland Browns offense. You know what I'm saying? That West Coast offense where, you know, you get the check downs. They will throw the ball really fast. They don't give you opportunity to huddle up, come out the huddle. You know, there's not a lot of hurry up offense, I'm sorry, but they come out the huddle and they're not really doing too much adjustments. They will hike you and don't give you time to get your defense comfortable, set up, and within that West Coast offense is very, very hard to stop, especially when Nick Chubb is doing a good job for them in the passing game as well as running the football. So shout out to the Browns right now. That's 6-2. They doing their thing. They lost the game. I don't know who they lost to before they I thought their only loss was to the Cardinals. So who did they just lose to? Who did they lose to?
They lost to the previous opponent.
The what?
It was the where are they? Oh,
who the fuck did they lose
Cardinals.
to?
They lost to the Cardinals.
And then who did they lose to before that? Because I thought they only had 1 loss. They were undefeated. I don't know when they took that L. They were undefeated.
They lost to the Broncos.
When did they lose to the Broncos? How long ago was that?
Week 6, 41-7. Barn burner.
41-7.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I didn't see that coming, but they got 2 losses, sitting at 8 right now. And another 2-loss team is the Chicago Bears and Coach D West, man. A locked-in Coach D West, you get a good football team. A non-locked-in D West, you get a good football team, depending on how active their division is. Well, their division is very active right now, but I do think they got some growing to do over there. Got a new coach that got to get familiar with his team. You got the Lions who have to get re-familiar with his team. That's going to be a conversation I'm going to talk about in a second too, as well. But they are 6-2 right now. And number 9 on this list. At 10, you got the Duval. You got the motherfucking Jacksonville Jaguars sitting at 6-2. They just lost in a shootout to the Baltimore Ravens earlier today. But the Jaguars hit a. If you had to talk about this team, what would the conversation be? Like if we were just having barbershop talk right now.
It would be methodical. Their offense is not normal. You expect him to run the ball on you, so you don't expect the pass. But he's a pretty good passer, and then when you try to play the pass, he'll run the ball on you, and then when you try to play both, he'll check down shorty on
Yep,
you.
check and take what you give him. Yep.
Yeah, take what he gives you. So he's a pretty balanced offense and defense.
Yes, sir.
His two losses this season were against pretty good users. But other than that, it's pretty been domination all season.
Right. How much does this team get hurt because of their division? Like how much, respect factor? How much does teams look at them like, not want to give them the credit that they deserve, which is they win their division every year. They won it 6 straight seasons. They have won a playoff game. And this team has competed with the top teams in this league. They build a really good roster, but then you still have the naysayers, the guys that think, the AFC South not that good. He's the only one that really makes it to the playoffs over there, and maybe he's only making it to the playoffs because of that division. What do you say to those guys that think that way?
I mean, don't get it twisted. There's some solid users over there. The Colts, when they locked in, they can be a pretty sneaky team. Definitely the Titans. If you sleep on them, they will beat you. The Texans, he got his own little situation over there, but when he's playing, he's a very dangerous team also.
I do agree. I do think that I think you can see both sides of it. The one side of it is he's lining up and he's playing, and he's not just winning the 6 games in his division. This team usually finishes with somewhere between 10 to 13 wins every year, and to do that you have to win out of your division games. So it seems like he's doing that. They traded Trevor Lawrence to the Philadelphia Eagles and brought in King Sanchez as their starting quarterback over there, and this offense got better with the younger quarterback that was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles a year before. What do you think about that trade?
It was a good trade for the Jaguars.
Why is that?
They got rid of an aging quarterback. They got a young star, up-and-coming star in King. Joker. So it was a win-win for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But the Eagles situation was something that had to happen. So why not the Jaguars the benefit off of it?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree, man. I think they thought about their future with King Sanchez, and then a couple seasons ago we was talking about maybe Trevor Lawrence ain't the answer, but then it was like, could they afford to start over with a new quarterback? Well, what they did was they stuck to their script, they stuck to their strategy on how they move, they stuck to the way they GM, which is we'll get us a young quarterback, but we're not going to get one we have to worry about developing him to be even eligible to play for us. What we'll do is we'll sit back and see who's already building their young quarterback that we can take from that team, because they move on from it, and things lined up right. What happens? The Eagles draft another quarterback in the first round, and then they set their targets on the Philadelphia Eagles to go get King Sanchez out of that program, and they did exactly that, and they get him. He was already threshold 90 overall. He had good speed, had all his boxes unlocked. So you bring in a quarterback that had the playtime experience last year because he split time with Deshaun Watson, and you did it when giving up Trevor Lawrence. And Trevor Lawrence is not in a good situation because he goes over to the Eagles and has to play a backup role there. But the Jaguars also give up a third this year and a third next year in that trade. And to me, I'll ask you, was that worth it? Letting Trevor Lawrence go to the Eagles? Because I think the Eagles got a good trade in the process, and they got 2 draft picks and a player, but the player is a security blanket. They're all the way locked into Anthony Hood. So I guess my question is, did the Jaguars do a good job in this trade? What they gave up? They gave up, a complete, really good quarterback that's played in the playoffs. He does have a 1-win record in the playoffs out of 6 seasons, but he was completely all the way built, and he wasn't out of his prime. He was, he was in his prime actually. They traded him, got themselves a quarterback that they can go the entire dish with, but they lost 2 draft picks in the process of it. So, do you feel like they did the right thing with this trade?
Yeah, it's a matter of perspective. I think their team is pretty much solid. A draft pick or 2 really won't hurt this team, especially if you have a building piece at the main position, which is the quarterback.
QB1, yep.
Yeah, so I think that was a pretty good, smart option for them to pull the trigger at this point.
On a quarterback with that caliber, because like I said, he played last year. It wasn't like he sat the bench and he's an 84 overall still, and you got to develop him into that 90 and all that. He played. He had significant time. He had a really good season the year before as a rookie, as a diaper dandy. He was 70% throwing the football right now, and he brings that to his culture where Trevor Lawrence threw touchdowns, but he always threw more interceptions than touchdowns. And his QBR wasn't really that good. You bring in a quarterback that's, that was trained to be pretty good, have a high accuracy, and at the same time, the guy has legs he can run with too. So he got himself a mobile quarterback that can get up and down the field in the run game and throw the football. And he's still throwing at 70% for the Jaguars. I don't know if it's still there after that Ravens game, but he threw for 600 yards in that Ravens game. So, all right, so the guys that's peeking in the window right now, the Dolphins peeking in the window. When I ask you the question, I'm going to ask off these peeking in the window teams, who has the more legitimate shot to making the playoffs. So let's start with the Dolphins at 5-3 at number 11 right now, 1 game away from being inside this top 10 right now. Do they what type of shot you give them to make the playoffs this year?
I think they have a pretty strong shot. They've been playing really consistent football this season. They kind of one-dimensional at times, but if they can get out of that mode, I think they can be a pretty good team going into the ending of the season. Taking a look at the schedule, they have only a few big opponents left on their schedule.
Right.
So with that being said, I think they got a chance of winning at least 4 or 5 of those games going down the stretch, which would be enough to get them into the playoffs.
Right. Now, I'm going to go opposite of this. I think they're at a perfect position right now with 3 losses, but at the same time, it's not. Why I say it's perfect, because you're at 11 and anybody in that top 10 can lose and you can go in. But you're in a division that got better. The Patriots are playing lights out. The Bills are playing lights out. It's 3 of y'all over there. And it's not 3 of y'all over there where, the other 3 divisions get 1 guy in. It's teams, got double to 3 players as well balling at a high level right now. So they not only are in trouble because of their division, they're in trouble because of the guys that are playing on their side of the conference, in the AFC side, that has made their divisions better. Like such as a team like the Browns. You've seen the Raiders make the playoffs last year. The Chargers are still in the mix. Don't call them out. As long as they're playing, they got an opportunity. Their division alone got 3. The South, is the only division that we still look at that we know only 1 guy is getting in. Although Mike has pushed that envelope a couple of times. So I think it's just a little harder for them because of what they got to go through in their division first.
Their final 3 teams are against against 3 top 10 teams currently. So that would be the tail of the tail for them.
And who's those 3 teams?
The Patriots in week 16, the Bills week 17, and the Jaguars week 18.
Oh shit! They got a division game and 2 games outside of their division. Oh shit! Wait, you said they play the Patriots too, right?
Yeah, week 16,
Okay. So you said Patriots
Bills, and then Jaguars
and
week
then
18
Jaguars. Okay.
in Jacksonville.
Okay.
I think it might come down to week 18 for them getting into these playoffs.
All right, number 12 peeking in the window with 3 losses and they on a 3-game winning streak as well as those Dallas Cowboys, them Cake Boys. How do you feel about their chances of making the playoffs?
Well, they always have a good chance of making the playoffs. Taking a look at their schedule, they also a team with a few hard teams down the stretch that you know, but by that point they should be pretty much solidified to get into the playoffs.
All right. I like the Cowboys because I like their confidence. I think they put really good football team together. They do some things. They made some moves. They got rid of 3 dog players, but I just think, you know, a couple of the 3 really was easy to get rid of. But they bring in a corner 6'3". The Cowboys is building for their division still. In season 7, they're building for their division. They go get a 6'4" corner in the draft that can do anything in that secondary. Then they also go trade for another 6'3" corner, no 6'3" corner. So Solo Savage has a 6'4" frame, and then they go and trade for the Titans cornerback. Their number 1 corner that been balling since his rookie career, but the height is there. Why is it important for them to still look at the teams that end within his division and still put the pieces around them to be able to counter what some of you guys are doing over there?
Because a lot of the games in the conference, and I mean inside of the division, really mattered in this division. So, you know, you can drop a game here or there that you know he might expect to win, and it might be detrimental for him getting into the playoffs. You know, the East is known for sending 3. Or maybe even 4 at times.
I agree, they in the mix right now, but because of how good that division is, you know, I think it's hard. But I also think, you know, with the Eagles, you know, with their young quarterback and how they're playing, you know, they're playing to win games, but it seems like, you know, they'll have more struggling than they'll struggle
now,
more.
Buddy.
Say that again?
Oh, no, he's unlocked now.
Right. All right. So my thing was the struggles will be good struggles. So this is what I mean by I think, you know, pulling out those wins is going to be extra hard, but the fact that you're developing your future right now means a lot. And I think they finally came to terms with it. Like, you know what, whatever happens, you know, with wins and losses, but the one thing we will do is get this quarterback ready to go forward with this team, and I think they're doing exactly that. At 13, peeking in the window, who's that looking in my window now? I have no idea why the 49ers are on a 3-game losing streak right now, but they're 4-4. How do you feel about them getting in the playoffs? Do you think their shot is a blown shot, or they still got a complete shot?
They still got a shot. You know, this 3-game losing streak is really hurting them right now. I don't know if they've been hungover from the playoffs or the Super Bowl, you know, but they got to get their act together. I'm gonna take a look at their schedule right quick, see what they got going down the stretch. They got they got the Ravens this week, and then they on the bye. They got a pretty tough schedule going down the stretch. I don't know if this team makes the playoffs.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if they make the playoffs, but it does start with that Ravens game. They got to find a way to pull that game out to continue the process of changing their fate right now. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. A 4-game losing streak will really put them in a situation where you lose 2 more games, your chances of making the playoffs are really, really slim. I just think, you know, they're in a bad situation. Unless they could upset the Cardinals or, you know, win some of these games that they're not expected to win, you know, it's still early enough that 4 losses, you shouldn't look at those 4 losses and say they're out of the playoffs. But because, you know, we know what the NFC look like as a whole, that them 4 losses is something that you pay attention to. You make mental notes of it. Let's put this down, write this on a little cue card. We have 4 losses right now. We are killing our chances to make the playoffs. We have to do something to turn this thing around. And then you just post or stick that somewhere that the coach can see that every time he walk into the office and get his team ready to better change their fate around right now. At 14, man, the Packers. Who's that peeking in my window? Bow! Harold Burgers is now. Last time he played a full season, this man made the playoffs in year 1. Do you see that happening in year 7?
No.
Care to share with me why not?
You know, outside of him playing within the rules, he struggles. You know, if he can learn how to play within the rules, I think he might, you know, shock a few teams here and there, but I really don't see him being strong enough to carry a record that's going to get him into the playoffs on the NFC side.
I think the same thing. I do think they got some weapons over there. I think they, you know, they're in a good situation. My question is, can these Packers stay out of being controversial? Can they, you know, can they stop getting caught in play gate and position gates and, you know, tanking gates, all types of gates over there, swinging gates, right? Graveyard gates, all types of gates.
Kevin Gates looking the booty, you know what I'm saying?
Right, it's all gates over that bitch, man. It's all gates. It's just gates everywhere over there. They can get out of that, you know what I mean, and really lock in and play their games. This motherfucking, we can play at 6 gate. Motherfucking, I'm still out at 9:30 gate, right? I'm loading up. I'm 5 minutes away from the house gate. 10:30 later, advanced gate, right? Advanced gate, and then right at advanced gate, hit your next opponent up gate. What type of shit is that gate? If we can get those gates out the way, then maybe this Packers team has a legitimate shot of making the playoffs. But what I'm going to say is this: they're not ready. He doesn't have enough time with his team. He hasn't played enough games with this new Packers football team that's on the field right now. I still think he needs a couple of draft classes and some schemes to figure out what he gonna do over there, because right now pitting cornerbacks at middle linebacker and shit and getting wins that way ain't gonna cut it. You know, when a rule get broke, that makes us go through the entire league and start looking at. By the way, if your name was on that list and you got a corner playing safety at the 3rd corner, like look at your depth chart. If it say free safety cornerback, get him out of that position. If you at sub linebacker and you got guys playing those positions that don't belong there, get them out of there. I put the message out yesterday. When we go through it tonight, if it's there, we suspend those players. So what's the suspension going to be is the 2-game suspension, and we'll drop them down to 0, and their suspension won't start until they are moved out of that position. So when we look at the depth chart, if we catch you tonight, when we go through the depth chart, those guys will get dropped down to 0s with speed, acceleration, and awareness. And then they'll sit on 0 until you move them out of those positions. And then your suspension starts then. So if you're a guy that don't pay attention, you might can lose a guy for, you know, the rest of the year, because some guys just don't pay attention, right? Don't forget to mention what?
Yo. A couple of guys that got rookie names. Rookie players too need to change them before real draft or before you end up changing them.
What they doing?
Couple of guys that got real draft names, real rookie names already in the league. Like the Hudsons, they got to change them before you change them before real draft.
Oh yeah. You seen that going through the league?
I mean, it wasn't a lot. I think like off the top of my head, I think it's a Hutchinson. I think it's a McDuffie, the cornerback, the DN. The
McDuffie it was the McDuffie. That was Sam Mack. That's his last name, McDuffie.
Right.
That was his my player's name.
I thought I saw 2. All right, I'm just saying in general. I think I saw a Hutchinson, but just off the top of my head, I know some people be naming their players. You know how we some of
the real draft players. I've been getting them to get their names off of them.
On the Saints, just giving the heads up, something else before the season starts.
Yeah, sure. All right, well, if you one of those guys that got a real draft name, meaning somebody that's either in college right now or high school right now, don't put their names on, because they're, you know, and then after this draft class right here, those players that come out in this draft class, they're real life players. You cannot change at this point right now. You cannot change nobody's name anymore. No rookies. Only rookies this year. You can change guys' names now. And remember,
last season.
when we do storylines, and you see us bringing guys out like with the last names that our family members, Cannons,
Cannons, fucking Israel Savage,
yeah.
And you draft one of those guys, you have to keep their names the same. You can't change their names, fellas. All right, so
we talk about for real.
Yeah, so you can't, you can't come in and, draft a guy. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter now. It's your rookies on your roster now. If you feel like changing names and stuff, like, for example, a Danger Griffin has to stay Danger Griffin. Because it's a storyline behind him, right? Or Brahim Wagner has to stay.
We won't talk about him at all.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be changed back. Like E.B. Savage got changed to Tony Dorsett, and Bo changed him back once we explained it to him, right? Those guys are family members, and we want to keep that going in this league right now. So at the end of the day, man, we're like the soap operas, right? We're the soap operas of Madden. It's stories, you know what I mean? And we running with some things, and we make it real life shit. Follow us, you'll enjoy it. Storylines and gameplay, storylines and podcast shows, storylines and everything. Read the chat, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're not entertained, then you just a motherfucking hater. Simple as that. Because we over entertaining like a motherfucker. Shit getting real. You know what I'm talking about? Alright. The 15th team, the last team we'll talk about. Who's that peeking in the window? Blah! The Tennessee Titans are now. Hit it.
Shit.
At 15, do you see them having a chance to get in the playoffs this year?
No.
Not at all?
I think they're a little bit too far gone right now. Looking at the remainder of their schedule, they got all dogs. They can play spoiler, that might help their chances, but just looking at the consistency of the teams that they have left on their schedule, I don't really see them coming out on top.
He kind of used to seeing them. He making a move in the right direction, though. You ain't used to seeing
they
him
definitely making a
late in
move.
the season.
He's not a team that you can sleep on.
He done made 2 trades the last year, not being scared to move his picks. That kind of brought some vets, that some developed players in. Is that could be a chance why we even seeing them this high at 15 though?
Start putting them AI players around you, and they help you out on the field, man. Instead of trying to run around with the rookies and that you can't build or do yourself. Look, I struggle my ass off, and I know how to build with rookies, boy. I'll be getting my ass kicked when it come down to AI situation where you need these guys to play well. They don't, because they just not ready to. And some, if you struggle as it is building a team and building a player, you might as well go ahead, and we say this every time, man, go get those players that's already ready to go. But yeah, I'm just proud of the Titans, man. They're a no quit team. They rock out, they play all their games for the most part. And the fact that he got a chance to peek in the window, I still say this. The coach, the Titans, and I'm gonna give Mark a break because he's serving our country and shit more than anything right now. But what I will say is this: Mike and Los should be having somehow, some way, should be able to give the Jaguars a run for their money over there in that division. There's no way he should be winning that division every year and sweeping y'all every year either. So that'll be the last. 15 is where we stop, even though the 16th team is tied with 15. How about the Lions? Hit us peeking in the window right now at 3 and 4. What do you think about them? Do they got a shot to still make they got a shot to make these playoffs, or you think they need another season under their belt?
The Lions are always dangerous. Looking at their schedule, they got a chance.
I don't think it matters what their schedule look like. I think we've seen in the past his team. If he plays games, he got a shot for real.
Man, we seen the Lions make the playoffs 3 years in a row with a roster that wasn't ready to be in the playoffs. So now that he got the roster, though,
he got a few games that he should have won that he lost. And looking at the remainder of the schedule, you got those same teams still left on the schedule. We got those type of games where he should win, then he loses. So it comes down to him locking in and winning.
He's playing those games. He's been playing.
Oh, okay.
He's been playing his games.
Yeah, right.
And they got a good football team. They're loaded. They loaded with talent over there. Let's not get it twisted. My thing is, did he play better when the team wasn't ready than having a ready team? But they are ready. They just had, they don't got experience with each other together, but they're ready. Whole new coaching staff over there. Just got to catch up to what their coach is selling them right now. I think, in my opinion.
I think he go through growing pains regardless because he's somebody that plays his youth as well. So
right. All right. So remember, everybody missed the play game, 8 games, first 8 games played gifts twice, 2 days in a row. So I came back firing with the 15 coaches. Type their name in the chat. And I'm not talking about just come in and put eyes in the chat, in the comment section. I'm talking about type bills in the comment section or whatever your team name in the comment section. Hit the like button on the video. Screenshot that. Send it to Max, our Giants coach, for the gift. Right now, in the same conversation before this show is over, I will ask for 10 thumbs ups. And if we get that, then that'll be a 2-speed to excel, and you will pick that. I won't do it myself. I won't go in there and put it on whoever I want. You will be able to pick 12. It. So we at 12 right now. We're 3 coaches away from being able to get this gift completed right now. Let's see if we're going to miss 3 gifts in a row. There's some guys watching right now that just won't reveal that they're watching right now, right? And it's funny, but there's some guys watching right now that, you know, probably hit me later on about what they don't have on their team and how they can't compete, and this is about to be the 3rd gift they missed.
We have 14.
So what you saying? You got people complaining
is there one?
They're still not doing what they're supposed to do.
Reverend Hitter, is there one? I know there's one out there.
We need one. Can we get one, man?
Come to the congregation.
Add the cards to that.
Can we get one?
Cards. The cards.
Add the cards to that. My phone died.
The cards got a motherfucking. The cards got to add himself and hit that like button. And screenshot that shit.
Don't worry, it'll be charged up about 2 minutes.
Damn, y'all. Falk don't miss a show, as you see.
We have 15.
Damn,
there goes the first 15.
Yeah, we have 15. 15 thumbs up.
15 thumbs. You seeing change before I do. That's what's up.
Yeah,
I ain't asked for 15. I ain't asked for thumbs up yet. I asked for the names in the chat. Type your team's name in the chat.
We over that.
You've been at that. That's
we have 15 thumbs up.
We have 15 thumbs up already?
Yeah.
You've been had 15 names in the chat.
Yeah, we have 15 thumbs.
Alright, so good shit. So we leave that right now, that conversation right now. Let's get to some of these situations when I talk about it. And it's about us. No name. I ain't even asked for the thumbs up yet, but I appreciate that shit, fellas. I ain't asked for the thumbs yet. You know why? Because it's going to be niggas that's going to hop right off after they think they got it. I didn't ask for those 10 thumbs up yet, so them 15 that's in there don't count to me. I'll tell you right now. I know how niggas is. They going to hop right off the show now that I be like, all right, we made it. All right, so the Ravens are 6-1. The Browns are 6-2. The Ravens are back on top of the division without having to play the Browns yet. They do got to play the Browns down the stretch right now. I think the Ravens are in a situation. They're in a tight part of their schedule. Now, they lost to the Cardinals, you know, and we talked to the Ravens. You know, the Ravens are saying this, man. Listen, we have that team that's in our way, and we respect that team to the fullest right now. We don't know why we dropped the ball and why we have bad starts with this team and why we can't get over the hump. But what we do know is that if it's a team that we're going to lose to, it's going to be the guy that's winning the Super Bowl, right? And we feel that way. But we are not comfortable with ourselves. I mean, they started moving things around. When I say that, I mean the ownership is saying, you know, when you got a quarterback and some players on your team that you feel like could be Hall of Fame guys, they're ready to move on from these guys because of that one game every year, that one game, and that's the Arizona Cardinals. Well, Lamar came out and mentioned, listen, you know, a lot of our success, you know, is the great things that our GM does. That, you know, we love how our GM does. We respect our new GM, Eric DeCosta. We respect him, but we know his influence is Ozzie Newsome. We get it, and the fact that Ozzie Newsome don't make the complete decisions anymore, we start to feel the effect of that. And let's just be real. Let's think about this. And this is, you know, I'm quoting Lamar Jackson. Tyson Williams, when we had all those injuries and we brought in the old veterans and stuff like that, and Le'Veon Bells and the Freemans and the Murrays, and we brought those guys in. Tyson Williams developed into a 2,000-yard back monster, 20-plus touchdowns, and a Pro Bowl with us. You know, we lost in the playoffs we lost in the playoffs to the Miami Dolphins to go to the Super Bowl, but Tyson Williams had a great, run in the playoffs and a great regular season run. We trade Tyson Williams, and the next two times we go to a Super Bowl, we lose to that player. Simple as that. So really, you put it on us. I get it. We're a team. We got to better move on and win with the roster we got. But like when you sit there and go draft a quarterback trying to replace me, what happened to drafting running backs to replace a running back that pretty much should have been MVPs of 3 out of the 4 Super Bowls they had over there. I would possibly say 3. He at least had the playoff runs over there, right? So that's not point the fingers right now. So when you got an unhappy quarterback that's a veteran, that's a Hall of Famer, that's one of the best that ever did it, mad at the GM skills and the ownership pointing and blaming fingers right now, pointing fingers at each other right now, they're in turmoil. But the one thing this team did well was they stuck together as a team. And Lamar said, listen, you want us to gel as a team, but yet you make us re-gel every year. I don't think the owner took liking to what Lamar has said publicly about the moves inside the offices of the Baltimore Ravens. Listen, we come to play, our guys line up and we play, but when you asking us to get familiar, I mean every year we got to learn 5, not just the draft picks, but we just got guys that we start to gel with and start to get a rapport with, and then next thing you know, they're fuck somewhere else around the league beating us, and then we mad as hell in the locker room and shit while we done traded these motherfuckers away and all that. So when we gonna keep a team together and really give us a true opportunity to win? Now some might say Lamar's making excuses, but to me I felt like he was right in saying some of the stuff he was saying, because the owners was making excuses and pointing their fingers at him. They draft Anthony Iverson not to sit there and fuck. The moment they traded for Anthony Iverson, they sent the message to Lamar Jackson. Is that right, or am I right or wrong by saying that?
You won't notice.
They put him on notice right away. They put him on notice right away. And the moment, like now, Falk, let's just say let's just put yourself in that situation, man. Listen, you're 0-3 in the Super Bowl. You have a losing record. You haven't beaten one team in the league. You haven't beaten at all. They draft another player at your position, a guy that was top 10 talent, man, at your position. They don't draft him, they go and trade for him. They don't draft him, they go and trade for a guy at your position. How would that make you feel? Would that make you put your your blinders on and put your head forward and look to prove them wrong? Would you Brett Favre the rookie quarterback? Or are you going to, do you want to get out of there? Or what I mean? Like, how do you take that? Brett Favre, when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, he tried to keep him on the bench as long as possible. Tom Brady, too. Then Aaron Rodgers, when they drafted his backup, he bitched and complained about it. Which route would you have taken?
I mean, I'd have took the Aaron Rodgers route. I'd have put my house on the market. And I got ready, man. I got ready.
They got the fuck up out of there, right?
See what the sign said, man. You gotta pay attention to the sign. The sign's important.
Right.
That's basically telling me, you don't have, even though I'm getting up there in age, you don't have more than a 2-year window.
Right.
Window in my service.
Right.
So I delay the inevitable. Let's just get it over with now.
Yeah, man, I think I would have Thanos snapped my fingers too, bang, and got the fuck up out of there, shut that whole shit down on their asses and everything like that. And I mean, at the end of the day, Lamar has said, this team built their entire offense around me, and with DaCosta, he slickly said, and we drafted a guy that has your skill set, so the offense don't got to go nowhere.
So that might be the difference, is they didn't necessarily draft him, they traded for him. Yeah. That might be the reason why they ain't snapped for real.
Right. He's doing everything he need to do to keep that man on the bench right now. That's a lot of work that they got in that trade with the Cardinals, man. Shout out to the Cardinals for that trade. That was a blockbuster at the end of the draft. That was quiet, that we really ain't even talk about. We need to talk about things like that because that happened right in front of your eyes, right in front of all you guys that go hit the transaction to see and look what he edited, who he added there, who he touched there. When you go look at that transaction every day and you ain't see that, it's on you, boy. Should have saw that shit. Instead of looking at edits all the time, look at trades, look at all the other stuff. Do what my boy Max do. Look at everything. Do what my boy Snake do. People who got traded so he could make a move. Do that type of shit. Because that happened. Anthony Iverson, Baltimore Ravens. Armand George, Arizona Cardinals. That happened right after the draft. Alright, so fuck, you just played the Browns last night. Hitter, have you played this new Browns team? Have you played them yet? The new Browns, not the Browns team that was getting, losing by 30 and 40 and bitching about people teams and shit. Like he ain't had one of the best teams in the league already. Not that Browns, the Browns that's winning Browns. Have any of y'all faced that team yet outside of Falky? The Browns that's winning Browns. Last year's playoff Browns.
Cowboys sent them. They came to Dallas, then they pulled out of a playbook after that. They've been doing their thing.
Hey man, when they came to Dallas and you hung 59 up on them, what was the conversation in the DM?
I ain't think they was. I thought they was out the playoffs. Honestly,
no, did he DM you after that ass whooping?
Nah, I don't think so.
Wasn't no good games or nothing.
No, you got. I don't think so. I'll double check, but you got to think that was last game. That was technically if 9-0 had won, I don't think he would have made the playoffs. So he was kind of a little pissed for real. He was fighting for his playoff like that. 9-0 lost. He got in the playoffs and that shit like lit a fire on him. They went back to practice and ran laps. They was running suicides like a motherfucker in that.
Like they ain't grown ass men getting paid for this shit.
Then they got to the playoffs and just that shit woke their ass up. Sometimes that's what happened. What it take for some team.
He said, fuck that y'all grown men and getting the NFL check. Y'all fuck up like that, y'all gotta run suicides and shit, huh? Damn. Alright, so fuck, you played this new look Browns team right now. Have they arrived?
Yeah, I see why they was, winning games last year. They got a good little scheme they got together. Couple little babies. I see why they was doing what they was doing, yeah.
Alright, so we saw the Bengals have a really good start to last year's season and then went on vacation and kind of packed it in. Doesn't seem like he got off of vacation yet, sitting at 1-6, and then it looked like the Steelers. I don't know if the Steelers is losing these games or is the Steelers just thinking he want to just keep picking in the top 10 every year until he build his team. Some guys do little slick shit like that where they just losing and shit, and then they, next thing you know, they got the #1 pick in the draft and shit. But then they better show they can win because you in this league you don't have to you can pick anywhere and still win in the draft at some times, right? All right, so AFC South right now, Jaguars. So fuck you, man. If I got your attention, I don't know if I hope your mic on, we can hear you because I always refer to you. Snake too. I know Hitter goes in and out here and there, Snake, while I'm about to key up this next question for Falky and shit like that, what do you have to say to a guy like Shoguns, who's my other co-host on the Real Talk show, saying that he don't need to say anything about you as being a co-host. You're not better than him.
Oh man, every show is a villain, and some people have their own shows. We all on the same team, man.
My nigga.
Some stuff just.
My nigga, don't let AntHits start no bullshit that don't need to be started.
Shit,
tell him right there. But tell him,
look,
I was trying to tell him if there's anything, though, you know how to sell anything. You're a party promoter, man. Junkies promoter. You know what the fuck's going on out this bitch. All right, so Falky, man. The Jaguars. I asked Hitter this question when we saw that they was in the top 10 in our Game of Thrones rankings right now. But the Jaguars and then the AFC South, right? Sitting over there in NFC South right now. A couple shows ago, it might have even been last year, I was like, matter of fact, early on this year, I had the Game of Thrones season 8 song, Ice, the Ice King song on, and I was snapping. And I like, the Jaguars gotta show us when they gonna take that next step. His response to me was, off air was, and I was trying to figure out what you mean by take that next step, man. I won a playoff game, right? And I'm like, I know, I understand that, but I'm pushing you too. I'm just trying to push you. Now, Part of me was like, wait a minute, you better not be comfortable with winning one playoff game. Like, you just traded your quarterback Trevor Lawrence, who's 1-6 in the 1-5 in the playoffs. You won your division every year, but can he hang his hat on that? So my question to you is that where do you see this Jaguars team at right now? Because of what they dealing with, the fact that they win their division every year, they kind of win all those games against those teams over there. But then they get to the playoffs, 4th seed, and they haven't had success in winning playoff games yet.
I think they just need to get more battle tested during the regular season. I think it's a product of his division.
Right.
Kind of not really having tight games over there. So I just think he's got to get more battle tested. But he built a great team, whether it was trade or draft.
Yeah. I mean, he does a great job GMing, and he's actually there to be different the way he GMs. He doesn't follow the trend. He set his own way of doing things. Put this together for you. All right. So yeah. Yeah, he does what he do over there. But what about the other 3 teams in that division? Let's say the other 2. Let's exclude Texans right now. Titans and the Colts, man. What do you need to see for them? Like, what are you looking for out of them? Because of the Jaguars' dominance over there, a lot of that I blame on the Titans and the Colts.
Right. I think they just got to continue to develop the scheme they're working on, and then apply it when it's go time.
Go time, yeah. All right, I agree right now. Before it's said and done, I would love to see, we're seeing vast improvements from both teams. The Titans is doing a good job of putting the team together. They learned some things. They learned, they paid attention, and they said, you know what, let's stop just drafting skilled players in the draft. Let's start using these picks to get guys that's already built to help us, transition this team as well as, fuck around in the draft too. We know the coach know how to draft. We know they know how to go into the draft and do their damn thing right now. But you saw that. You saw the coach team, damn near fighting for the playoffs, and then add some rookies on 2 draft classes straight, and they start to play those rookies over the guys that got them playing high football, and the next thing you know, they got 2 wins, 3 wins, things like that. I think Mike got to do a better balance of, I get it, you draft good, you know how to draft, you get good players. Sometimes those players should be red-shirted players, because those players that had your team 1 game away from making the playoffs is now on the bench, and you playing young guys, and you're just not that good to be playing those young guys. They're not going to have good AI for you. When you got the guys still on your team that could have probably put you in a situation where instead of losing 49-3 to the Jaguars, you win that ball game instead of playing all your rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things matter. All right, so the AFC East, Patriots are 8-0. Did Nano surprise you after, people been killing him for not making the playoffs and all that? He's sitting at 8-0 right now. And with the Buffalo Bills at 7-1, and the Dolphins got 3 losses right now. I want to know who these 3 losses to. How many of them were division losses so far? But Nano, I'm not going to think Nano surprised me. What I do think is Nano's back locked in right now. What happens is you got to get humble to get back into getting hungry, if that makes sense. You got to humble yourself to stay hungry. I think Nano won a Super Bowl and, kind of got a little arrogant with it. Forgot what got him to that Super Bowl. And had him playing at a high level, and his work ethic changed. He felt like he achieved something that he'd been trying to achieve since he joined our league, and he achieved it. And I think he forgot, it's not just enough achieving it, because you won a Super Bowl in an era where guys think that it was a fluke. There was no way he could beat Ant Falk in the same season and win the Super Bowl that way. No way Falk let him win that shit. I'm trying to tell you, blah, blah, blah. And then you come right back and wet the bed and let people have that narrative. Remember, a lot of things are built through narratives. People spin narratives all the time. And then, to the point where, let's just keep it real. They don't believe in your Super Bowl so much that Rob flat out said out of his mouth after he lost to you that, that's just something that shouldn't happen. There's no way he should let a guy like Nano beat him. Just think about that. So since when you become that guy, you know what I'm saying? And I think you kind of got the same hunger you had to win the Super Bowl and the energy you was playing off of, Craig and Max looking down on you and shit, not thinking you as good as you was, and they used to ask you questions to really looking at you like you chopped liver and all that good stuff, and that made you put in the focus and go win the Super Bowl. And then right after that Super Bowl, me and Falk told you to keep yourself in that same plan mind space, and what you do, you turned it around and said, I'm the man now, and next thing you know, guys is out there to prove you not the man. To the point where my boy Rob, I got you. My boy Rob is screaming, he mad, like Rob repeat, yeah, I'm gonna bring it to you. Rob, repeat yourself, please, man. You know, if you may, I don't mean to demand anything,
I
but
wasn't even
repeat yourself.
And I wasn't saying that it was ass, but there's just certain people I cannot allow myself to lose to. He was just one of them, like, and the way he beat me was just so fucking embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking heated. But
look, man, it's almost like a drunk mind thinks sober thoughts. A guy that's mad speak their mind too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Truth. Like, I'm not recanting anything I said. I really don't feel like I should have lost him. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? My quarterback wasn't unlocked. I was playing pretty much behind the 8-ball too. But the way he just like ran through my team, dog, I was like, there's no way that's acceptable. And that was just my standard I got for myself. So, I mean,
so what's that standard? When you play a guy like Nano, you don't feel as though what? For you to have that type of conversation is standard?
It's not necessarily about Nano, for real, but it's just...
It kind of was.
It was the deficit. It was. But look, here's the thing. When I sit there and watch somebody, and I know you're doing the same adjustments and you're playing the same defense, cover 3, cover 4 for the majority of the fucking game, there's no way I should be still donating. There were certain throws that were just fucking air throws, but my quarterback wasn't unlocked. And I just came out that game like, yeah, you got a gift, man.
Right.
You were my ass.
So pretty much like you respect Nano's game. A lot of it was just anger.
It's proven. I mean,
like this guy, like the attitude was this, man. This fucking guy ass as hell, keep running the same 2 or 3 defenses all game long and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm out here donating to that shit.
The fuck up, and now I'm out here just fucking. Like it was to the point one play, after a shot play where my receiver beat the safety, the guy that was on him. And Nano's corner ran from 30 yards back and picked the ball, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. Like, it was just, man, that game, there's just a lot of shit going on in that game. I was just like, man, it was unbelievable.
To the point where you're like, fuck that nigga, I ain't losing to no more, and I shouldn't have had lost to him.
I even got on the headset and called him out for playing the same 2 the same defenses. He was like, I played cover 2. I'm like, yeah, you was in the red zone. Shit, I played cover 2 in the red zone too, motherfucker. All the way downfield, you just cover 3, cover 4.
How many other guys you play that run the same couple of defenses all game? When we mean the same couple of defenses, we mean the same.
I'm pretty sure they all do, but Nano's just obvious, man. Like, there's just certain people that are just obvious. Like, I'm pretty sure we all do it. Wherever.
Is there anybody else that come to mind that's obvious? I'm going to ask everybody that's on chat with me. Fuck, is there anybody that come to mind that's obvious that play the same couple of defenses over and over and over again? In your head space right now?
Patriots.
Yeah, that's the guy he talking about.
Can't make this shit up, man.
He just motherfucking straight completed his story. I'm trying to pull him out of that zone of here, babe. I'm trying to pull him out of that zone. Just look, do this. Never mind.
Like, everybody got they go-to defense. Everybody got that one defense that they just absolutely go to, but there's just certain people who just don't make a lot of mix-up. Like, they'll go to a different play, one play, and then go right back to their shit. And there's some people that just, they'll sit down and play. Like, me and Hitter, like, Hitter's one guy, he'll play, like, he know the defense don't work. He'll still sit there and come out there and play that defense just to respect the rules. And I know it'd be getting under Hitter's skin, bro. Like, Hitter ain't gonna tell me different. Because you sit there and you play somebody and they're sitting there doing the same adjustments, the same defense, cover 3, cover 4 all day, and you're sitting there trying to obey the rules, and it's just... Like,
I just know this. There's a lot of guys that do that, though. There's a lot of guys that do that.
But some people,
really
some people do a good job at
all game long.
Yeah, some people do a good job at hiding it. Like, Nano don't even try to hide it. He based around you. And you know it's coming.
Oh, wow. All right, so we in the AFC East right now, man. All right, man. So 8-0 Nano Patriots. Bills are 7-1, and the Dolphins are 5-3. Go ahead, I'm listening. Let's talk, man.
I want to know.
That word.
I want to know. Not to get off the subject. Hey, I want to know if D West hardwired yet. Hey, the cat got let out the bag, bro. Because,
you wasn't on for that,
we've been
was
talking
you?
about for like 2 seasons. D West, I'm hardwired, man. I'm hardwired. Hey, D West, man. Hey, bro, show us a picture, man. We need a video, man. We're gonna start asking you for the video, man. You gotta show us your connection. Let us see that picture of that hardwire on that PS5. Where you at, D West?
Let me tell the story on why I snake on D West's ass right now, man. Because look, the truth always come out. You just gotta let a guy talk. That's all I'm gonna say. You let a guy talk, he'll tell on himself. Promise you. So for years, not just now, not just Game of Thrones, for years, D West, when we tell him he got terrible internet, he screamed he is hardwired. Like, all we say to him is, D West, you gotta get hardwired, man. That shit terrible.
See,
so
he ain't telling the story. That's after you wait for him for an hour to come play. Go ahead.
So first it was, it's my sister's crib and all this and that. Now he got his own spot. So as soon as he moved in his own spot, that was the first thing I asked him. You got hardwire yet? He like, yeah, bro. That's the first thing I went and did. So when you play him and his shit still choppy as hell, shit be fucking up. You can't make adjustments. All types of shit go down. And you like, man, this fucking nigga got bad internet. This shit terrible. There's no way he hardwired. Well, he been swearing me to death. He been hardwired since he had to move to his own crib. So I'm playing the Seahawks. The game dropped, so I tell him to call me. So you know how you get inside the game, as soon as the kickoff happened, it shit just drop. So me, I know that's not connection necessarily. That's just, guys be playing multiple players at, different positions. For example, if your number one corner is playing slot corner 2, the game, if you go look at your formation subs, the game will register that player on the field more than once. So you'll have your starting corner at the outside corner, and he'll be in the slot in the same formation. So if you go to formation subs and you see guys with you see the same number on the field twice, and your games are dropping in the beginning of your games, that's because that's the reason. So what you got to do is you got to take those guys out of those positions and pick the number 1 corner at number 1, and number 2 corner at number 2, and your number 3 corner as your slot corner and number 3 corner, and then make the adjustments to put the number 1 guy at the slot corner and things like that, because that makes your game drop, because the game is registering the same guy on the field twice, and for some reason that make your game drop. So when the Seahawks called me, I told the Seahawks to call me after our game dropped, right after the kickoff, and that's what I said to him. They'll go put your broadcast up, and go through your formation subs, and what we found was it was double numbers on the field. So once we got to the dime and nickel packages, he had his number 1 corner playing slot, and then so if the guy number was 1, you saw him 1 at the square receiver, and then you saw him 1 as the slot corner, and he was on the field. So as soon as he changed that, the game played. But now we're playing a game, and the game drops going into halftime. The game drops on us again. So he called me, and I'm like, you want to try to play this over? I'm cool. We can reset and play the whole shit over. Let's go. And he like, man, it's my fault though, bro, man. But I'll play it over. But I'm at D West house, man. I can travel to D West house. I said, oh no, he got terrible internet right now. Motherfucker not hardwired. So he's screaming he hardwired, but his boy there, Harold, saying, nah, you ain't got the cord in the back of the game to the modem. What are you talking about? Let's go buy one. He's like, man, I ain't going nowhere to buy it. He's like, man, stop being cheap. That shit cheap as hell, like $10 and $11. Let's go to Walmart and get it. Shit right up the street. So right then and there, again, you can't let a guy talk long enough. Sooner or later, they forget their lie, and they can't tell it no more. And somebody was there, and Hal didn't mean to, put him out there like that, because he didn't know he was lying. Like, he didn't know. He just, Sam, nigga, you ain't hardwired. Yeah, you shit terrible because you ain't hardwired. So we caught his ass in a lie right now. That's why Snake digging in his ass. I thought I'd tell that story.
Seasons. This like three Maddens with him. We going through this stuff, like, bro. 2-3 Maddens. Like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Have one of them fat girls. Instead of buying a fat girl a cheeseburger Happy Meal, go buy a hardwire, bro.
All you gotta do is take her to fucking Best Buy or Walmart. Walk in their store like you like her. She
look,
you took the wire over here.
Walmart's got McDonald's in them now.
TVs. It's next to the VCR and the TVs. I'm not buying this shit. I'll just put it in my pouch. Bitch, what pouch? My stomach.
Under the titty.
Under the titty. I got hide this 100-inch wire under my titty.
It's gonna be sweaty, but we just wipe it off when we get to the
That
house.
shit smell like monkey grease and motherfucking pig balls when we get home. Hook that bitch up and you got fucking super connection. Sweaty connection. But man, Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, they rocking. Even though the Dolphins got 3 losses right now, they're not out of it. As you can see, they're number 11 team in the league right now. And this division is balling out, and there's a 3-man race over here in the West. 8-0 Broncos. Everybody else has 2 wins right now. You know, the Raiders made the playoffs last year and had their first playoff win. They had some taste of success already, but I do think they was playing ahead of schedule right now. And you know, now that you know people seen them on film a little bit, played them a couple times, things like that. Things get a little bit more tight. You got to go a little farther as a coach, but we get a little young coach some respect because you know he's doing it. And he's working his ass off to be a good player in this league. And he did some shit a lot of people didn't do in this league, which is get to the playoffs and win a playoff win in such a short time. So shout out to the Raiders over there. But this thing is the Broncos thing to lose. There's no way. I know there's a lot of games left, but there's no way, you know, it's a wrap. If the Raiders lose a game, Chargers lose a game, the way the whole AFC is playing right now, I think they get the 6 losses is over with right now because I think the Chiefs is out of it as well. When you look at the north side of things, you got the Bears 6-2, Packers 4-4, Lions 3-4, Vikings are 3-5. In the NFC South, you got the Buccaneers 7-0, and everybody else is 3-5 or 2-5. So the Saints 3-5, the Panthers 3-5, Falcons 2-5. As much as the Panthers are sitting there with 3 wins right now, they got, you know, they just had a big win under their belt, man. They was just talking shit on the show, comment section, 50 burger type shit. When are they going to completely put it all the way together? That right? They're doing pretty good. We're seeing the spurts, we're seeing the growth and the development. We're seeing him have a top running back at this point right now. But when they going to put it all together and really, you know, really change the narrative of the Bucks going to win this division every single season until we're done? But they gotta get it together. The Saints over there played really well, made the playoffs again, but he needs to fight just a little bit more harder because you want to go back. You want to go back, and your chances of going back is slim. Your chances of going back is slim if you can't improve the things you need to improve. Can't have a good season and a bad season, good season and a bad season, good season and a bad season. You got to continue to grow from that. The NFC East, obviously 6-1 Giants, Cowboys 5-3, football team 3-5, Eagles is 3-5 right now. The football team's demise happened on vacation. He had to go on vacation and had a 3-game window where he lost because he couldn't play the game. Then, you know, the next 2 games, getting back in the mix of things, you're playing guys that can, got the skill set to be able to beat this team. I don't think they're out of it, but they got to continue to pay close attention to their loss column right now. The moment they get to 6, is fighting for their life, and it's too early to be getting to 6 this early and fighting for their life. And the NFC East, my bad. The Philadelphia Eagles at the bottom of the division, and they're playing a young quarterback right now. So all they asking you to do is, you know, just look at us as we ask. That's it, and we'll do the rest. So, you know what I mean? Gotta respect his wishes. Like, fuck it. I wouldn't. I don't know. You got this and that. My boy, I told my boy to tank. Period. His pride too big for that. He don't even want to do that. You know. But he's playing the game as if it happens. If I lose, it is what it is. I'm not going to, you know, put too much into it like I did the Nano game. You know, I lose. But as long as we, you know, developing this quarterback over here, we could just. I mean, don't think about it. Deshaun Watson first season with you wasn't as great, or wasn't bad, but wasn't as great as it was going down the stretch some more. Like, so you got potential to do some things over there. And, you know, worst case scenario.
It might be a problem, but right now, shit, our record say what we is. We 3-5, we ass.
Oh my God. Alright. And Falky's sitting at 6-1 with her. 49ers is 4-4. Seahawks is 2-5, and the Rams is 1-6. I know a lot of guys will look at me and think I'm just saying it just to be, you know, to give guys some confidence and all that. But facts is facts. The Rams and the Seahawks are playing better football. They're getting it. They're getting all the things. They're getting the ins and outs. They're getting the play in the game things, and they're getting the outside of playing the game situation.
They
these
getting
guys.
some development, some Pro Bowlers, the whole 9 yards. Every year we see some Pro Bowlers off their teams in the Pro Bowl off losing teams, and we see some player development over there on both teams.
From both teams, they putting in that work right now. So simple as that. Let's get to the awards race right now, fellas. This is what we're here for. Week 9. It brings up the tree of who's doing what, when, where, and how. Let's go take a look at the stats and awards, and we're going to look at, first before we go to the actual yearly awards. I have to let y'all know who did what since week 1. Should have went the other way. All right, in week 1, Jones, the receiver, 5 catches, 248, 3 touchdowns for the Lions. Barnett, the safety, had 6 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Pryor was at linebacker that game too. Travis Etienne Jr., 28 carries, 223 yards, 8 yards carry, 4 rushing touchdowns, 650 out the back for 8.3. I think this was the game week 1 where he said they keep talking about he had an off year, a down year, he disappeared and all that. The guy had 2,000 yards rushing. Let me show y'all who he is right now. Middleton, Ben Middleton, the man in the middle, the linebacker, 10 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception, a forced fumble recovery, and then he had a touchdown as well. Balled out. The Chiefs have a good defense. We just need the coach to be back locked in actively. I think we'll have a new coach before it's all said and done. Mahomes is falling off and Andy Reid's ready to retire. In week 2, what happened was Kyler Murray balled out, 20 for 34, 539 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2 sacks, 4 carries, 35 yards. And Aubrey Thomas had 4 interceptions in 1 game. Oh my God, the donation. Well, we know the West donate. That's the one thing they do over there right now. Falk get the bill, corners, rookies, safeties, linebackers off of 3 games over there without even coming out of the division. And he can go in that division and send his players to the Pro Bowl. So can the Rams, so can the Seahawks, so can the 49ers, because when the Cardinals are playing, they are known to throw a lot of INTs as well, turn the ball over as well. Stay in a game where they throw 4 picks. The difference is they threw 7 touchdowns or 8 touchdowns to go along with them 4 picks. So nothing changes on the scoreboard, but that's the donation division over there right now, man. So again, 3 picks in this game. He got the player of the week and he threw 3 interceptions. And then Lindox Castle, the safety, the rookie safety. The only thing he didn't draft with him was he didn't get a guy on superstar or X Factor coming out the draft. He's a star. But the fact that he's doing what he's doing with him at 4 tackles, 1 sack, 3 interceptions. We went through the roster. This guy, unless he does it in game, he got a lot of sacks on the year right now. He's up there with the top dogs in sacks right now. And if he's coming down from that safety position deep and getting these sacks, and he got about 9 of them already with him, that's impressive. Gotta say, right, Snake, for to be coming from 7 to 8 yards out, getting sacks, and got almost double-digit sacks right now? Or are we seeing a guy that on depth chart you don't see him at sub linebacker? During the game, he getting moved there.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
I mean, because that's a lot of sacks from a guy that's 10 yards deep.
And not getting beat back there, huh?
Man, I mean, he does got 96 speed. Can he walk him up himself and get to the quarterback? Is this the guy that he walking up and shooting gaps with or something? Like, I don't know. I haven't played him. I do know Rob has played him. Have you paid attention to it, Rob?
Who you talking about?
The safety, Lennox Castle.
What team?
The Bills.
For the Bills, I really didn't pay no attention to who he had.
Oh, he don't even got him starting. Like, what the fuck?
He probably slipped him up in there. I mean, he had some fast ass dudes in the box. I mean, but he had linebackers too, so he'll probably.
How many sacks did you take in that game?
I ain't take many. I don't think I got a sack, honestly.
Go to that game, Snake or Rob. Go to that game and look at the defensive stats for the Bills and look up Lennox Castle.
Shit.
He ain't even got him in the starting safety spot. He's subbing him. He's subbing him in the game.
That's what I'm saying. But where?
You ain't got him starting.
Where?
You're not gonna know unless it's in the game, because you got him as a backup free safety right now. So you're not. He's not playing. He's not in no starting position.
And he ain't coming from. Unless he walking him down. Listen, Hoodie will do some shit like that. Hoodie will walk him down from that free safety position and get busy with him.
He had 2 sacks against me.
But yeah, he's
Because he'll walk him
that's
down
what
from
I'm
that
saying.
safety position and walk him right down there and get some shit for. And he know how to gap shoot and all that shit
He
too.
got him as a backup safety. To be honest, since he had a backup safety, he probably subbing him. That way he don't fuck his other subs up because he's not in the starting lineup at all. So I don't know how he got them sacks. We just have to pay. We had to pay attention to it. You know what I mean? He is a backup free safety. So that means I'm subbing. He probably sub him in different spots so he don't fuck up his rotations and shit for real.
Right. Marcus said he walks him up, and but you sure as hell know about all. You know what? Let me shut up. Go to sleep, Marcus.
He do got 9 sacks.
Go to sleep, Shotguns. That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of fucking sacks, bro. That's a lot of sacks. But look, like I said,
he can
run through that A gap and he can walk him down. Look, listen, just because he playing free safety or strong safety and he don't fit our sub linebacker package doesn't mean he can't do what he doing with him from that safety back deep position. If you walking him down and shooting A gap, like you can walk him down to the linebacker level before the guy snap the ball. You can walk him outside of the defensive end before a guy snap the ball, and you can send him yourself. You can manually send him yourself, and it's blitzes for them too, where he can come up and he can click off of him and get him to still blitz from over there if he line him up right. So don't let me don't let me spin a narrative or talk some shit. I'm just I'm giving you the what if. Where the fuck this guy coming from to have 9 sacks right now and he can't be at linebacker?
Man,
I pay attention to everything. I'll be the first one to scream.
Ain't nobody taking advantage of them holes in his defense like that.
The way he played, it's like it's weird. He got his players morphed to fucking ball carriers and shit. His defensive style is it's unorthodox. But I'd have been the first one screaming if he had somebody like that in the fucking box. Like, no, wait. You see what I did the fucking Hero Burger. Right. I'll pause the game quick and go look at your shit, boy.
Pause that shit quick. Shit, you in the middle of the game. Caught Max right away rushing 2.
Yeah, hold Max rush 2 on the adjustment. Nah, Max, what you doing, bro?
But look, all jokes aside though, Hoodie got Lennox Castle balling right now. He got some diaper dandies putting in work right now. So shout out to Hoodie right now. All right, fellas, if you've been watching this long, we already passed the hour right now. Now I need to see these thumbs up. We get 10 thumbs up. You get to tell me who you want your speed to excel on, the player you want, and you also for being 15 guys typing their names in the chat and hitting the other part of that is hitting the like button, taking a screenshot of that and sending it to the Giants coach Max, and if that happens, you'll get both of them.
Thumbs up.
You'll get both of them. So make sure when you come in here, don't just put your thumbs up. Put your team's name and your thumbs up, right?
3,
so you're gonna get the Ravens
6.
and then thumbs up.
Right in Max's inbox, my boy.
Who's Super Saiyan 4226? I forget who that is. Hey, D West. Somebody said they got a Ethernet cord for you. Well, we got 2 Eagles, KM Eagles.
Nah, that's King Madden's Eagles. That's Max.
King Madden Eagles.
King Madden Eagles.
Oh, that's Max. Oh, all right. What Max got 2 of King?
Oh. No, it's Madden. Yeah. But
all right, with them thumbs up, fellas. Now I get 10 of them. You get to tell me who you want.
Put your name. 49.
For your player upgrade, 2 speed to excel. And it can go on anybody, any position except for the quarterback position.
Damn.
Snake.
Damn.
Yes. I seen that shit coming.
Good.
I anticipated that shit.
You know what?
Nah, you know what? I'm cool with it. Don't worry about it.
This is what I'm going to do.
Cool with it.
This is what I'm going to do. Any position but the quarterback position.
Yes, sir. I'm cool with that.
That's cool. Go right on wood.
Hey, y'all gotta put y'all team names.
I need to know, like saying. I know that's Hussein, but I don't see Dolphins with the thumbs up. Right?
Yeah, it's Foe.
I don't see Dolphins with the thumbs up.
I don't see the Raiders.
Ray Money. I don't see Raiders thumbs up.
Yeah,
Drew. I don't see 49ers thumbs up. I need 10 of them things, man. Now and then man, just. Don't ever say, I don't show love, bro. Like, I'm tired of that shit because you guys is assholes and missed three back-to-back gifts. Well, 2 back-to-back gifts, and now we getting them right now. That's what's up, man. Way to show your activity. I keep
more
than
right. 10 in it. Sheesh.
I screenshot the Max too. There you go, Max.
Max on the laptop. Hey, Max, get to work, Max. Get to work, Max.
Yeah, the
Now,
comment,
fellas,
man.
continue to listen, because the only way you getting that speed 2, speed excel on the player you choose, the only way you getting it is when you send that screenshot to Max, you got to send your player to Max too.
Oh, yep. Bet.
And while we're waiting, let's get back to it. Week 3, Elijah Manning threw for 492 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 sacks. He had got 7 carries for 79 yards. He was in his bag. And then Boodle, what game was this? Three tackles. The kid Boodle, DiCaprio Boodle for the Green Bay Packers. 3 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble that he scooped and scored to win the game. What game was that?
That's that sub linebacker.
Is that your game? Is that his game?
That's the corner that he moved to safety just to be able to move in the middle linebacker. He didn't sub linebacker his ass. He put him at middle linebacker. And it's the crazy thing about it. He got He got 2 safeties on his team. That's 215 that he could have did that with at any moment.
And he did, but no, that's why he slick with it. He slid them in. So like, if you wasn't paying attention, like if you was just playing the game, you wouldn't ever noticed it. But it was just so obvious because he was running back getting picks from 30 yards out and like blitzing through the A gap, causing strip sack fumbles and shit. I'm like, who is this boy number 2?
See what happened when you
so I paused the game and went to go look.
By any means necessary,
like
man.
180, huh? What happened?
So you make the playoffs a couple of times, you become the hunted more, not no more the hunter, man. By any means necessary,
we gonna respect the rules.
Any means necessary.
That's all I'm saying.
By any means necessary.
I just want to know how we gonna send the nosiest nigga in the world our fucking +2s.
That nigga knows you as hell, but guess what? Don't blow my shit with that shit, cause you won't get it done. I'll be ignoring the shit out of that shit.
Man,
like, damn, I met you like 3 days ago. You forgot my player. The one thing about Max is Max ain't gonna let it go. He gonna keep hitting me. Yo, you ready for the player? You ready for the? Because he gonna want his. He gonna blow my shit.
Hey, one more thing. I ain't say nothing to Ant yet, but appreciate the guys. It's a couple of teams. It's at least 4 or 5. I think I talked about 5 or 6 teams that names on that list that went and changed their players instantly. Some people ain't had a question or wasn't sure. They came and asked. I don't mind giving you a hand, but I appreciate everybody who wasn't no dickhead, no asshole, just changing them players out of the positions. Man, just giving everybody another reminder, get them back in their positions and keep it up. Any questions y'all can ask somebody. Somebody will help you out if you need help or question about anything. Definitely a couple of teams that handled it right away. I just, off the top of my head, I know the Colts, Bucks, Titans. There's a couple more, but I know I just shout out to a couple of people I know for a fact and went and addressed them issues right away. Oh, the Eagles did as well. But you know, still a couple of people just get them positions changed, man.
Mistake, man. That's the thing, bro. I asked you to do that for me yesterday, and then I posted it in the chat last night, right? And there wasn't not one person that complained a bitch. I mean, Drew even hit me and said, just let me know what my punishment is. I'm like, nah, you're not punished. Just move them. And by the night when I get back on the show, if they're still there, then it becomes punishment. Right now, it's just a reminder. So some guys didn't realize that these guys, like, trust me, it's guys that knew, but it's some guy that didn't know. For example, if you got your cornerback playing your third safety and some of your packages, not just the packages, not you subbing packages, nothing, you could call big nickel and that cornerback is playing free safety now or strong safety, like, and some guys knew it and they get away with it because you really got to pay attention to know the guy's number to know, right? So they get away with it, and some guys just did it to be doing it, don't have no idea why they did it. They only got 2 safeties, so they put a corner there in case whatever it is what it is. But those guys end up getting on the field, and then what happens is you're breaking our position rules because now you got a 205-pound safety playing sub linebacker, or in some cases you do what Harrellburgers did, change that corner that you don't need. Like, Harrellburgers is calculated as hell. This is how calculated it is. I'm telling you, the guy had 2 safeties on his team already, has 215 pounds or above, that he could move to the sub linebacker and make those same damn plays he was making against the Eagles in that game. But why? I want the speed of those 215 guys back deep.
And go
pick up old motherfuckers too, on purpose, knowing that it ain't gonna hurt him if something happens. You suspend him, I don't give a fuck. I don't need him. Throw that nigga at middle linebacker. Keep those 215-pound safeties back there deep because of their speed, and there you go. That's calculated, man. That's a calculated cheater.
and I will say this, man. Hey, look, so don't everybody be thinking they gonna get away with the hero shit. Go get you a free agent, a 95 speed, 29-year-old normal that just gonna get dropped. You don't care about that player because there's some of us in here that really want pushing the commissions to come down hard on repeat offenders for you guys that just don't give a fuck about the rules. So just because you think you grabbed that normal out of free agency and this time you just got a player suspended that's not even really that you don't need on your roster, don't think the next time that penalty won't be worse because it's people that's in this league that do give a fuck.
It ain't even the next time. Any time from here on out is going to be worse. And I mean, it's not going to be the player you think. I'm going to take your best 2 players off your team, drop them to 0, and make you play without them.
So
you got to get your circle bob on. Play with them niggas anyway. Circle bob is playing with 20-year-olds
for you calculated cheaters out there.
Nah, but for the effort that a guy would put into cheating, imagine if they put that same effort into learning some shit or playing their games or developing their team and shit.
So just playing their game.
They put the effort into cheating, and then the next effort is in arguing with me over them cheating, like I did something wrong. Flat out, like, oh yeah, that's some guy. I'm the problem now. Oh shit, I'm the one. That's the problem, right? Okay, cool.
The Giants also said, Matt said, look, send your proof, send a like, and send a screenshot. He ain't really chasing nobody down. Send him.
Nah, and fellas, when we give out these gifts like that, bro, don't think I'm gonna be making shit happen. If it's my fault, you ain't get your shit done yet, cool. But don't be hitting me 3 advances later like, yo, I forgot to give you my. We not doing that shit, man. Get that shit done, send it to Max, get it done fast as possible. I'll take care of it before tomorrow's advance. You'll have that player. I'll try to get it done tonight, too, after I get out of my game and all that shit. But I'm not doing this no more. We be giving out gifts from the draft. Like, think about this. The draft did give part of it is my fault too. Some guys did tell me their players already, but like that's not the instructions. The instructions is please don't DM me. We giving y'all who to get that stuff too. That's Max's job to sort this stuff out and then give it to me as a whole, where I can do the entire people that get it at once, right? But look, the draft recap was how many days ago, and I'm still asking for that 7th round player today. Like, so I just got to the point where I don't even care no more. I'm not doing this shit for nobody else no more because it should have been done already. And then there's guys that didn't even watch the show but trying to get it and shit and know they damn sure ain't watched the motherfucker and just trying to get it. Like, no, if you ain't watched the show, you don't get the shit. If you wasn't on that show, there's guys that can't even tell me what I said, when I said it, or what show it was. Like, but yet you supposed to have a screenshot for this shit and all that, man. Watch the shows. If you ain't watching the shows, fine. You're just not getting the gifts. It's that simple. But if you're watching these motherfuckers, man, then you should have your proof and your evidence to it. And believe me, it was guys that should have been got it, and most of those guys got theirs already because they've been trying to give it to me. My thing is, don't send me shit. Don't send me no trades. Don't send me nothing for gifts unless I'm directly talking to you myself. What else, man? Guys always coming. Oh yeah, and if it got something to do with rules or you got in a situation in the game, do not send that to me. It's proper people to send that to. I have nothing to do with that shit. You know the trades go to the Lions or the Jaguars. You know anything that got to do with rules, again, broken or somebody cheating, you go to hitter. You know, anytime I'm giving out these gifts where you got a screenshot and all that shit, go to Max. Your game scheduling situation goes to Nano. We have these guys here for a reason. These dudes are lagging. Let me take it from them.
Bro, we just trying to play all your games, bro. You don't need no extra work.
Let me get it. These dudes are. What are you talking about, Drew?
He talking about that 7th round. Look like he talking about that 7th round upgrade. They from not turning their stuff in, talking about they lagging. Let me take it from them. I didn't get to draft, but I peeped the show. Let me get it.
Man, gotta draft though, Drew. That's important.
So I do got a question, man. Like, just not anybody got any ideas or things they like us to talk about? Not on this show, but just future things. Why don't y'all message one of us, man? Y'all can even send me a message. Anything y'all need us to address, send me a message, man. And then, you know, if it's something that we look like a couple people need help with, or a couple of people saying they like address, I can bring it up and we could try to address some stuff again. I ain't great. I'm great. Pull again. I hope we gave y'all enough ideas for draft and told y'all how to work through the draft. So y'all on your own on that now.
I bet. I bet they on their own.
It ain't bother me. It ain't bother me. I'm just saying. Hey, look. Hey, you tell me.
God.
Did it bother me?
Shit, niggas was mad as hell at me during that draft. Like, damn.
Hey, look. They wasn't mad.
Man, niggas tearing this draft up. Oh my, yep, Snake. I know. I blamed you. I was rightfully so for blaming you. Damn, but Snake, man, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing else, man. Got these niggas all drafting and everything.
So let me ask you this as a commish, man. Just real quick, like just seeing the development of players in different areas. Like you still got some people that's lagging behind, but how does it feel that you see the development of players like
I love it.
Different levels? You see people developing more in the draft. You see more people developing some stuff with their teams.
I love it.
Like you know what I mean? It's really like an any given Sunday league. Like
I love it.
This is what you would call quote unquote upsets every
That's
week.
That's what we want for you, bro.
Playoffs the whole 9 yards. Like
last draft was so good and everybody got it so well that even if shit we question still worked out.
Even in the late rounds, people were still around making nice picks and filling some of the stuff on their team. Like some people that really, man, I think some people really starting to get it. You can tell people are really paying attention to some of these shows and stuff, man. Like,
but what I want though at this point now, what I want to see is I want the guys that are missing and overpicking in positions and still not winning, because a win, if you can't get an ability guy and you picking in that top 10 to 15 every round and you're not loaded with superstars and things like that, that's on you. Simple as that. So I'm trying to figure out a way to help guys get that part of it, because it's no way that when you pick a guy that he's a superstar. But I give out so many hints on situations that you should know.
I tell you what, man.
You should know.
Who wants to slide these cake boys a late pick? I draft for you.
I mean, guys, stay away from linemen. I mean, have we seen a lineman get taken in the top? I've seen a tight end go twice, go on the first overall pick twice. When it's been 15 linemen that are top 3 worthy. I haven't seen a lineman go in the top 10 yet.
Nope, that wasn't a computer.
Yeah, that the computer didn't pick.
That the computer didn't pick. I think I done picked the highest lineman in most of the drafts, in a couple of drafts, to be honest. Like in the middle, in the 20s, early 20s, late teens. But I don't think we really have seen a lot of linemen going early at all.
Guys, like, they stay away from. They think, fuck it, he'll be there in the third. Then they got motherfuckers.
We have started seeing people go away from
55-year-old left tackle and shit
receivers.
on star for 12 years and mad as hell. Like, what the fuck, bro?
We have seen them go away from just straight speed receivers and straight speed cornerbacks a little bit. So at least they're not going to everybody hasn't elevated to not be scared or be talked about something to draft them an offensive lineman early and in the first rounds. But at least they just not going for we ain't going through seeing teams that got 20 cornerbacks still, as many teams with 20 cornerback, 20 wide receivers, you know what I mean? So like I think some teams are starting to learn, because what's happening is, like, you don't go take that position of need, and with other people getting smarter in these drafts, there ain't no guarantee that player's gonna be around that next round that you need. So you have to go get what you need.
King Sanchez threw for 567 yards as a Jaguar, 7 touchdowns. I think this was in his debut. 3 picks, 2 sacks, carried the ball 2 times for 2 yards. Same game, Patty Queen had 4 tackles and 2 interceptions. My boy Gunn's getting it right. He took that quarterback and said, thank you, Rob. Completely thank you, Rob. Jerry Bradshaw, 28 for 33, 513, 7 pass touchdowns. So this is the shit I'm talking about. You ain't gonna see no quarterback on here, that's a clean quarterback like this. Look underneath that, 513, 7 pass touchdowns. There's nothing else there, right? Nothing. You don't see nothing else there, right? And I'm telling you why that's a good thing, because usually when a quarterback is on this list, take a look. I'll go back a week. They show everything that happens with that quarterback. Look at Sanchez, 567 passing yards, threw 7 touchdowns. He threw 3 interceptions too. He was sacked twice, right? They show it. But then when you see Jerry Bradshaw, you see a quarterback that who jersey don't get dirty. And, 28 for 33 is a hell of a completion percentage. 513 passing yards, 7 passing touchdowns. Simple as that. Right? And then you look over, underneath him, Diablo, 8 tackles, 3 interceptions. Those veteran linebackers that got speed running around for them Bucks do a good job. Lamar Jackson had an 18 for 26 game, 455 through 8 touchdowns, 4 carries. Disrespected motherfucker Rich the Barber. Where Rich at? Pop up, Rich. Pop up. 40 carries, 30 yards. And then Stearns did fucking. I thought I went dummies. I thought Diablo had a big day. All of a sudden, Stearns get 5 interceptions in one game. See how these guys are balling. Jerry Bradshaw comes back. 25 for 30, only 5 incompleted passes, 573. Another 7 passing touchdown game, 1 interception, 1 sack. Lamar Mara comes back, MVP again. This is like the same week again. Shit, 22 for 29, 517, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack, 8 carries, 173 yards. That's where he's dynamic at.
Who was they playing at?
That's where I had. That was the Seahawks game.
Sheesh.
That was the Seahawks game. I had told 9 interceptions before halftime that game. That's why I said, damn, no wonder Falk and them over there building the shit out of their DB. Like, you trying to figure out how the 49ers corners be having 16 picks and shit. And listen, when you got guys that don't give a fuck and they just trying because they learning the game, they don't give a fuck, they flinging that shit. Croswell had 2 interceptions and a touchdown, and then Murphy goes from at the end of the draft. I mean, right before the draft, y'all remember Byron Murphy got traded to the Chargers for a 4th round pick. Remember the rules chat? Mike said, he 30 years old for a 3rd. Falk was like, don't worry about it. I'm getting him for a 4th now, motherfucker. Fuck out of here. 4 tackles, 2 interceptions. Guys think that people don't go against each other because we be in a little circle and all that shit, man. You crazy. Guys don't be trying to hear that shit. Shit, Mike done turned injuries on a nigga. Got all his players hurt. He was mad as hell. He was playing fuck that. I'm turning injuries on.
Yeah,
got
he
his
said
whole
he turned
team
it on
hurt.
for RDL too, man.
Yep, got his whole shit.
Yeah,
That's why, man. That's why he ready to lose his commissioner tag. Nobody told him to do that shit. 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. So it looked like Corey like, fuck it. I got Byron Murphy up there in age, but he helping me out. I would like to make sense of it. Maybe he just wanted to go a little bit deeper at the cornerback position there because he do got 2. Samuels is over there, and then that kid. What's that fucking corner he got over there? That's a dog. The nigga that came out number 4. Remember in the first draft class, he picked him 4 overall. What's his name? Stanford or something like that? Sampson. He a fucking monster. So I guess to bring Murphy in, you need to, get a little deeper at the corner with a veteran there. I like it. 4 tackles, 2 interceptions. Week 5, 2 picks. Week 6, you got Harold Street showed up on 27 carries, 249 yards, 9.2, 2 rushing touchdowns, caught the ball out the backfield twice for 5 yards, and a receiving touchdown as well. Devin White, man, the man in the middle. Quiet as kept. This linebacker is the Hall of Fame linebacker, bro. 9 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception. He ball out. For him to be his user, he played really well with this guy. ETN shows up, 23 carries, 181 yards. He had 4 rushing touchdowns. He be fucking balling. 4 catches for 165. Disrespectfully, just killed niggas for 41.3 yards. A catch, 2 receptions, touchdowns, man. Tell me why he can't feel the way he feel. He think his running back is the best running back in the league right now. And there's about 4 guys that's like, hell no, right now. But tell me why he can't feel that way. Numbers don't lie.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Impressive.
Ronnie Harrison, another linebacker over there for the Patriots. They keep drafting all these linebackers. 2 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Took him to the crib. All right, week 7, the last one. Hal Streets and that 50 burger that he handed out to Hitta. 27 carries, 188 yards. They run the ball over here. Just because he had 27 don't mean they ain't run the ball 50 times over here. They did. 7.7 yards a carry, my bad. 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 6 catches for 76 yards. What do you do? What do you do when we play ball with you? Terrell Means, 1 tackle, 4 interceptions and a touchdown. Okay, Coach 404 got somebody on here on there. Okay. Jalen Hurts, 37 for 50. He went the fuck crazy, threw a pick in that game too. And then Sean Wade, man, against me, 3 tackles, 2 interceptions. When he goes up against his old team and do me like that. Don't do me like that. No, don't do me like that. It don't do me like that. Now, how many guys know that Gary get that gift and hop the fuck off already? So watch what's about to happen. Let's see who's still watching. Okay.
For the niggas that's still on, and
For the niggas that's still on.
can you reiterate? Because I'm gonna give niggas one more chance. Because I already checked my DMs and I see some of y'all did this wrong. Just run it to them one more time slowly from the top. From the top. At this point, we are looking for a proof of proof of your thumbs up, if you will, in screenshot form. Then after that, tell me the player that you would like the +2/+2 on, and then you are all done. I need all three of those at once.
You had to send it twice, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, I see it. Yeah, all three of those at once. Not just your not just your thumbs up. I will not count that shit. I promise you I won't count that shit. Just please, the like and the thumbs up.
I don't think he asking for too much, to be honest with you. I don't think he asking for too much.
I mean, like 50 DMs, bro. I'm telling you,
it's almost like he asking for one. It's almost like he asking for one thing for every point. Like, if you want them 2+2s, like, it's very simple. You can send everything in one swipe. That way, all you gotta do is open your message. He can look at everything in one swipe, write your name down, and go to the next person. So,
because what's bound to happen in the sense of if you like when he's saying this stuff, when we go back, I'll tell y'all, when we go back and he like, yo, Max, send me the list. Y'all niggas be having, I'll be like, well, then this nigga only liked it. He ain't thumbs up. You know what he says? Well, fuck it. Next. So then y'all be mad as hell. If you don't got all three, you not finna get all
let's just call it what it is. Like, if somebody, if you getting a gift and you basically ask for help and you gotta get your help, like, man, do what you fully need to do to get that shit. So if he point blank can't go in his message and look at that shit and point blank show it, Max shouldn't have to do nothing else. He shouldn't have to go through likes, try to go through this, go see what name is this, that, and the fourth.
Yeah, you might delay your player a little bit because you don't know exactly right now if you're not on the game. That's cool. All right, by the morning, please.
But just say
like,
that.
Jesus.
All right, when we're looking at the MVP race right now, and in 9 weeks of football, Lamar Jackson's on top of this list at number 1. At number 2, Travis Etienne Jr. is on the list right now, man. I think Lamar is really trying to, take that one more chance to get one, bro. He hasn't gotten one at all. I haven't actually got an MVP with him at all as a Ravens user. Kyler Murray is still playing right now like 3. Holla at me. Walter Payton is on this list for the first time ever at 4. Jaleel Ruggs is just chilling right now. They say, you know what, we don't really need to go complete dummies with him. But let's be playing a team we need to go dummies with him for. Other than that, we chilling. Bradshaw balling. Got some guys developing over here and all that. The young diaper dandy on this list. We always seem to have a diaper dandy showing up right now. And Danger Griffin playing well right now. Rob, man, just a quick little preview. You got to play Danger Griffin, man. When they kept playing that song, every time he made a first down, they playing in Danger.
Straight up. Man.
Watch yourself. Wash your ass. Show me what you're working with. He like that though. This guy like this.
Every syllable of that name, dog. Like, he got the right name, man. I mean, that dude, like, he bet him so many times, like, he threw a screen, like, 5 yards back at the first down still.
After running 5 yards back.
Oh, my God. I mean, talk about speed. Like, then he's powerful, too. Like, it wasn't like he was, like, a little scat back. He could run up the holes with the best of them, like, and, yeah, he's a problem.
So he stole you one.
Yeah, he stole one. I'm still mad at myself for not even going deeper into the running back depth chart. To even scouting, like, I was so stuck on Sanders. Griffin would have made out the first round, so you welcome, hoodie.
Well, you had your mindset on that quarter.
Nah, because like, you heard my interview. So look, I was like I said in my interview, I was stuck on speed regardless. So if it was running back or quarterback, I was prepared to let the quarterback, you know what I'm saying, potentially walk to get a running back.
Right.
But when Sanders left, it was like, okay, all in for the quarterback. That's how my draft mind worked that night, but I didn't scout Danger. If I had scouted Danger and I would have seen he was like, down right there with Sanders pretty much, it would have been a whole different ball game. I probably still have jokers. So it worked out for everybody. I like my quarterback now, but you're welcome, hoodie. Oh my God.
Thank you, hoodie.
Thank you,
I don't need
Hoodie.
that motherfucker. I don't need that motherfucker over here.
At number 8, Joey Adai is sitting right here at number 8. Shit, his brother over there balling for the Ravens too. A little something right now. Number 1. Shout out to Mello, man. Jello Griffin finally is the number 1 receiver for the Baltimore Ravens right now, but he ain't playing like the number 1. He ain't the guy getting all the damn touchdowns and shit. That kid Tion Pitts is balling. Another diaper dandy. So we got one diaper dandy. And we got any more? One diaper dandy, two diaper dandies on here. We got, you got Danger Griff on this bitch, and you got Tion Pitts on this bitch. That's your top 10 MVP races right now. Realistically, with 9, at week 9, we got to go to week 18. I would say the top 7 have a legitimate shot, and as you know, when we get to about 12, we'll come back to this again and see where is that. I'm gonna take the 7 and not 5 right now. I'm gonna take the top 7, and when I look at this top 7, I think Walter Payton will drop out of this list. I think Jaleel Ruggs will jump back into this list, and he fuck around within the next 2 games, be at number 3, 2, or 1, easy if he wanted to. I think Jerry Bradshaw. Danger again. I like it right now. Let's go look at the coaches that are being talked about right now. Cliff Kingsbury, they on his dick 2 years in a row. Urban Meyer still in the mix at 2, and then Griffin Murphy at 3. I think that's respectable. Those guys do need to be there. Joe Judge for the Giants. D West seems like they give it to Joe Judge every year because he came off of Bill Belichick's tree. They on his dick. I don't know why he keep being on this list, but whatever. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar Jackson right now. That's the race. So let's talk about the top 5. Lamar, Etienne, Pitts, Adai, and Griff. Are you any of y'all surprised that Mike got his running back up there? We've been seeing his receivers play well and being in this race. He's back to his running back game again right now. At 3 and 5, he's the number 4 running back on the Offensive Player of the Year award race right now. Any of y'all guys think does shout out to Mike here or surprised? What's the feelings on this?
Win the division.
I said, what a division.
I ain't mad at you. They're your top 5
though.
Danger, Adai, Pitts, Etienne, Lamar Jackson. Max, this question goes to you. Out of those top 5, who are you impressed with the most, and who would you watch the most? That you got your eye on to win it.
Most impressed with, I want to say, look, either Tion or Griffin. I ain't gonna hold because the rookie, obviously. But I'm also really impressed with Lamar and Etienne is kind of like still being powerhouse dogs at this stage in the game.
Right.
Adai's a new name up there. I might let me scratch that. I might put Adai up there in front of Lamar as far as impressed because that's a new name.
Right, no doubt.
Yeah, actually, I'll go Pitts. I'll go in 3, 4, 5. Actually, I might go.
I think you still gotta keep. I think Lamar a little bit. I mean, even though we know what Abby doing with a QB, but the Ravens and Lamar was last in the league, last in passing last year.
Passing last year, yeah.
Good reference.
And
Good
Lamar
reference.
got fired on his ass too.
You got that quarterback. They traded for that quarterback, so
So is that a reaction? How he's supposed to? But is that impressive, or is this just the standard of what Lamar should be?
I mean, Lamar ain't had as much success passing in the league as he had. You know what I mean? He been doing more with his feet. He ain't had as much success passing. It ain't done it. So either way, even with that's what he should be doing. It's decent. It's good to see because he went from last to first.
They really was last in the league in passing yards last year. Passing efficiency, they was last in the league last year.
You gotta take note of that a little bit.
Shit, crazy.
Yeah, in a sense, that's why he's not not there. I think we're just most impressed.
So even if you're talking about him, you got to look at what happened with the Ravens. Lamar was last in the league. They made that first round exit out the playoffs.
First time ever.
They acquired another quarterback. Basically, you say for a second round pick, they spent a high draft pick on another quarterback through a trade or whatever. So it definitely solidify Lamar ass, and we seeing production now. So the next question is if Lamar continues at this stage of success, will Iverson see the field? I think that's more so the question because we got to hear that from the coach. What's going on over there? What happened so fast and that instantly that Lamar's at the top of the league passing right now, and we know y'all brought in Iverson and he's seen the field sparingly. We know you have a mindset for that Mahomes A-Rod sit down and there's no rush to get him on the field. But what have you seen at Iverson and them get on the field, and what's the difference in Lamar also? The coach is on the
I
mic.
mean, it's exactly that. The fire is lit under his ass right now. It's just that simple, man. The guy, you know, he took that personal. You know, for a guy that's been an ultimate team player, he took that personal. That's a shot to him, and not just he didn't just take it personal. He complained. You know, Skadine has the interview. He did some complaining, but he owned up to it. He understand that, you know, he's the face of this franchise. He's the reason why this team is successful, and he's the reason why they fell. And so he understands that. So he knows he's getting up there in age as well. And, you know, all he wants to do is set out to do what he told Dion he was going to do when they drafted him. They're going to get a Super Bowl out of me, and believe that. And that's where he at with it right now, man. He got his eye on the prize. This award is not something he's into. He feels as though for this team to get to that next level, they have to be able to do what they're doing with Lamar in their passing game and run game, and continue to do that throughout the playoffs too. They seem to go away from what his best assets is in the playoffs, which is his legs. Want to throw the ball all game long, man. And, you know, he's still, you know, at late in his career, they still saying, you know, running back with an arm versus him being a true quarterback. So he still got a lot on his shoulders, a lot to prove. He got a big chip on his shoulder, man. And he like, you know, he loved the fact that it's competition in the room, but, you know, as a competitor, his job is to keep that kid on the bench for as long as possible. As long as he had Baltimore Raven, that kid shouldn't touch the field. And that's how he feel, and he attacking it that way. So we'll see. be honest with you. We are giving. Listen, we spent a high, second round pick. That guy gonna get paid, right? My thing is this: we want to see what the kid can do, and we're not disappointed when he does get in the game. We like what he can do. We feel like he can completely run his offense. So we don't have no problem handing the keys over if Lamar's not doing things he need to do to keep the keys. So he's the driver right now. He's trying to keep that thing popping right now. Now that Ronald Jones is not in the mix, and a guy like Jaleel Ruggs and Hitch Israel decided they already won their diaper dandies to MVPs, is it time to see a Travis Etienne? Because I think he's the guy that I'm looking at the most right now. Can he win an MVP?
We know.
I mean, he wants to solidify himself as the best runner back. He's saying that Ronald Jones out the league, he's the best runner back in the league now. How do you prove that? By winning MVP, right? In my opinion. Look, Ronald Jones don't have a Super Bowl under his belt right now. He's won some playoff games, but he's won 3 MVPs, and this is the reason why we call him the best runner back in the league during his time. So how do we, because I don't think everybody on headset right now is convinced that Travis Etienne is the best runner back in the league right now.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Impressive numbers, but no.
Will an MVP change y'all mind a little bit?
I'd have to.
Yeah, it would change my mind if we got an MVP a little bit, for the most part.
Well, that's why I say he's the most guy I'm playing for the most. Alright.
I honestly don't put him on front of JK yet.
NFC, Kyler Murray has 1 right now. The Vikings got their receiver number 2, Jerry Bradshaw number 3. Jaleel Ruggs and Harold Streets are your top 5. Same question goes to Rob. Who you looking at the most to win this Offensive Player of the Year? NFC side, Kyler Murray, Samuel, Jerry Bradshaw, Jaleel Ruggs, Harold Streets.
I don't see the receivers standing up there, man.
Bradshaw up there, I see. Ruggs or Coward. Kyler, man, yeah. I think it's Kyler.
Kyler won it already. Kyler got 4 Super Bowls. My opinion, Jerry Bradshaw. Here's why. You won an MVP with Ronald Jones, 3 of them. You come right in a rookie season and win it with another running back right now. I think that to shut Max and the guys that say he ain't sexy, he don't do too much of nothing, he just sits and kind of blah blah blah. Winning the MVP with Jerry Bradshaw, that's big. You did it with 3 different players at 2 different positions. At the position where guys think, you got to run the ball 40 times to win the game and all this and that, and you get an MVP quarterback over there in a conference where Kyler Murray is there. Elijah Manning is there, you know, and you can knock down that wall before Elijah Manning does it, or if he, you know, things like that. I just think you put yourself in a category, you know, not a lot of guys doing. I mean, outside of right now, you're tied with the Cardinals with MVPs as far as different players. You have two, he has two. So I think Bradshaw could set, you know, be the third, give the Bucks a third MVP player, and at a position that, you know, that he knows he's elite there, and you know some guys in the league don't think he's elite because of his style of play. So I think, me personally, it's Jerry Bradshaw. Did anybody else see anybody else here? Samuel, Streets, Ruggs. I mean, Ruggs won this already, right? Then he won MVP and Offensive Player of the Year last year.
I
You can
think
see
so.
Ruggs
Kyler
climb
might have
back
won
up. You can see
offensive player of the
Ruggs climb
year.
back up the list though, because as
Yeah, I see Ruggs for
as the
sure.
I think
as the
Ruggs can climb
Bucks
back up up this
in a
list fast.
heartbeat.
He can do it in a game or
Yeah,
two, real fast.
just because as a season wind down and people make sure they're in playoff mode, like I could see him still climbing the list, just him just hovering around. I don't see Samuel Jackson stand up. Streets don't, Peyton don't, none of them other names really like in the top five. Like don't really. It's probably really a Brad. I guess you still gotta keep Bradshaw because he's number 3. You're gonna watch Bradshaw, but I think you might have it might end up being a sneaky Ruggs Kyler Murray race if Kyler Murray ain't gone too far away by the end of the season. And that's one of these bottom 5. I don't think it's set at all over here. It could be anybody.
Can somebody from out of, all right, so let's go down here. You got Tim Hamlin from the 49ers. You got Marcus Robinson, a receiver that, you know, guys talking about but nobody knows about. You know what I'm saying? Henry Ruggs is on this list who having a really good year. Elijah Manning, you know, and let's just call it what it is. Elijah Manning, in your opinion, is the second best quarterback in the league, right, Max?
8,
Yep.
All right. So what has he done to prove that he's the second best quarterback in the league?
I mean, for
Or you just, you know who you play with. Like, so for example, Craig, Jerry Bradshaw is the second best quarterback in the league.
Easily.
All
At
right.
this point. Well, hold up. I don't know. I ain't gonna say
in
it
the
from Lamar just
NFC.
like that. But
All right, in the NFC, in the NFC,
yeah,
in
when
the
I was
NFC.
speaking, I was speaking.
Yeah,
I was
I'm speaking in NFC terms, and NFC definitely the second best. For sure.
Right. So Elijah Manning, such that noise up, and do
We'll
the
say
same
one
thing.
thing in the Bucks' favor right now. Well, in the Bucks and the Cardinals, they played 7 games, as opposed to some of these other top 5 players have played 8 games over here. Even Elijah Manning's played 8 games. So like
I
that
mean, I
extra
just played
game,
this week, so yeah.
right? Okay, so you know what I mean? Like I ain't that extra game do come into play. Some people have gone on their bye week, some people haven't. They already had the extra game under their belt too.
I think it's a personal grudge with Jerry Bradshaw
Bradshaw
and
and
Elijah
Elijah
Manning.
Let's just think about who got the better games when we play. It's easy. It's easy.
It's not really always Bradshaw. He wins, so like yeah, he wins
So
more. We're like what
that's
2
always
I
and
mean,
Bradshaw.
2 and
people
3,
say
2
Aaron
and
Rodgers is better than Brady in most cases, but Brady.
Now we're not going to ignore that. That nigga said we ain't going to ignore that. That nigga said he always wins when
I
they
mean, he's
play.
2
And then
he's
Bradshaw and
2-4.
Elijah.
Always
And
play a better
Elijah
game.
and Bradshaw, he hasn't lost besides the one game that I gave.
Yes, he
that I let him
has.
win.
He's 2 and 4.
He's not 2
Remember,
and 4.
we didn't beat you when you had Brady, bro. We beat you on only the times you had Bradshaw. We never beat you.
Oh, you only beat me one time with Bradshaw, bro.
I beat you twice with Bradshaw. I haven't beat you in King
And
Madden
even
at
still,
all.
you can.
I beat you twice with Bradshaw. Both
Somebody
regular
get a win
seasons.
here and
I
there.
remember both regulars. No, both of them was regular seasons. I've never knocked you out the playoffs.
Never will.
I never
That
knocked you
shit
out
crazy,
the playoffs.
bro. Cause I don't
Regular
never remember my wins. I only remember my losses.
I remember. I was about to say. I just remember certain games.
You
Like
said
I
I'm
just,
2 and 4.
I'm 2 and 4. You have because you beat me in the playoffs, and then you beat me. You knocked me out the playoffs once. Other times you lost twice. I think beat me twice in the regular seasons. Because you got to think about the season. We didn't play each other at all. There was a couple of them in the beginning. There was one in the beginning. Not the first one, the second one.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Uh,
Yo, Shogun's
count
up
those
watching the
wins.
show, but he ain't up enough to play. I promise you that. My boy tired as hell. You work tomorrow? Cause he get on early usually.
He texted me, and I told him he got right tomorrow at the after like 5:30.
Yeah, he probably be around by that time. He get off work at 4, so cause you know me and Guns be in chat like 5:30 in the morning every fucking morning.
When everybody ready to go to bed, as soon as you ready to get off, sometime Guns,
Pop right on. Yo, what's up? Yep,
morning
I'm
breath
on.
and
Let's kick it.
everything.
Not like nano shit. Nano shit, boy.
Nano
Nano in Canada
breath, not
with
ass
motherfucking.
breath, not ass breath, dog.
Yeah, Nano wake up with
Hey,
Nano breath just stink.
like that,
he don't never eat no ass. And Nano ain't eat no ass since like motherfucker Mad 19. So that shit just straight morning breath, bro.
Straight ass breath. He really ain't
he just sleep slobber all motherfucking morning.
Ass
Shit
face.
stinking out fast as
ass face.
Beard breath, motherfucking column. All right, yo. So let's keep it.
All in all, I don't think nobody will say can honestly say that Elijah better than Bradshaw. Especially
I think it'd be to the person that depends on who you ask and who you
Bro, I'll say that I've seen Elijah make some great throws, but like I said, I compare it to Rodgers and Brady. Like Brady got the most wins, he got the most success, but Rodgers made some throws that is like they're unmatched. Like
and I feel
Bradshaw plays safe and conservative.
Against
I mean,
everybody.
everybody other than you. I never.
To be honest, I think I don't think either one of them get their true shine. I think either way, they neither won't get their both shine until somebody.
We always lose
Yo, listen, Elijah Manning is a fucking
listen, bro.
Listen,
like you can't
listen. Elijah Manning is a fucking dog, bro. And the fact that he a dog, this nigga is playing with different receivers right now and got them niggas playing at a fucking crazy level right now. He's a dog, but that kid Jerry Bradshaw, bro, like he might be one of the cleanest quarterbacks in the league, man. The guy don't take sacks.
Yeah.
He barely throw incomplete passes. I don't care how he do it, what he doing. It's just numbers don't lie, bro. I don't know who's the better quarterback right now because at the end of the day, I think that's why I said this. I think if first one of y'all win, I think
get past them Cardinals.
He won quarterback of the year with Bradshaw already, though.
In the hits Israel
that you could have won too, though.
I also had no Saquon that year, so like that's the same.
Exactly, that makes even more sense for you to win it.
No, it doesn't.
You gotta pass.
Saquon is a line thing, though. That's why I said like the line is a very much a big part of where you can.
We did the same thing. We did the same thing that year, though. That year,
like,
we
I'm
decided
just
not
talking
to run
about
the
like
ball to work on
I'm talking
passing.
about. We did not do the same thing that year.
No,
I was building
Ronald,
a whole new running
back.
back.
Have a running back.
I was building a whole new one versus you was using Ronald that year, bro. You didn't have whatchamacallit.
Ronald wasn't even in the top 5.
That nigga still had 40 touchdowns. What are we talking about? He was
never
still very much
have a touchdown.
Okay, he was never not used. He was never not used. I had a whole missing running back,
and he wasn't even
in a whole situation. But I mean, hey, to each its own. It's just like that still won't know MVP, offensive player of the year, or actually it was best quarterback. It was best quarterback. No, but MVP is a running back award. I'm not really worried about that.
Quarterback of the year. No.
I mean, you've won one. I'm not tripping about
but
that.
Have you won any?
We're talking about MVPs, though, Craig. Like, understand that. I'm not talking about
MVPs. I had massive. What are you talking about?
Running backs. It's a running back award. Do you not see how Hits Israel stole it from Lamar, having the craziest year that we've ever seen? Second to Kyler throwing 106 touchdowns, and he still lost.
Kyler Murray got an MVP from quarterback.
106 touchdowns. It's not a running back award no more. Like the 106 touchdowns. Did he
get one from quarterback?
Did Bradshaw get an MVP?
I didn't say he did.
That shit took a Super Saiyan type year for him to get that shit. That nigga had to throw a damn near 200 touchdowns.
I'm not talking about best quarterback. I'm talking about MVP.
That's all we're talking about. Something that neither of us got, but then we go.
No, that's what we were talking about.
I think the common denominator that we all over here can agree in the NFC that we ain't talking about too many other players until somebody knock off Falk. Like that's gonna be the real stepping stone. Like that's a stepping stone for any team over any playoff team or any team that's making the next step. Somebody got to knock off Falk. Who's gonna be the first person to knock him off? I think that's the only discussion with any NFC team to have over here. To be honest. Like anything else, anything else we talking about, we arguing over second and third place. I mean, like, that shit pointless for everybody over here. Faulkman dominating this bit so far.
Defensive Player of the
Somebody
Year
got knocked his
awards
ass
right
off.
now. Chris Samuels, the rookie, #1 corner on the board, is #1 as the Defensive Player of the Year award right now. But he's been doing it at that safety position though, that he don't belong at there. So we gonna keep it that. We gonna keep that short there. Let's go to the AFC and see who's there real fast. We'll come back. Stearns, man, we see this name all the time. Castle, the diaper dandy on here. Junior Levine, cornerback, is in this young cannon year. We can call him young gunner year. Patty Queen holding on, and that 5, Steve Israel. They're your top 5 in the AFC. That's the race there. Let's go back to the NFC though. We're not going to ignore it, but Chris Samuels has been playing in a situation he shouldn't be playing in. But Keith David, the linebacker, I think, right? This is the linebacker. What is he? What is he? Hollywood DB linebacker.
DB. Keith David is #1 cornerback.
Okay, cornerback, cool. Then the Vikings got Odoms here. How about the Vikings with the top two?
Top 2 DBs.
You know, DB sitting right here. Jeremiah Cumberland. How?
Sheesh.
Falky says, yo, man, they have a 20-sack season, then they take us a year off, then they come back and take it. It's so inconsistent right now. Well, this is the consistent year this year because he balling this year. When you look at the top pass rushers right now, he's in the race with the top 3 when it comes down to getting to the quarterback right now. The Packers at 5 with their safety, Barnett. This is the guy that could have played the sub linebacker position from 6'2", 215 easy. My boy Wagner's still in the mix though. Kadeem, I get to play him for the first time. Holy shit. Alright, when you look at the offensive rookies of the year right now, Diaper Dandy's in the NFC, Darren Thomas Jr. right now. So, Rob, why is this quarterback, winning a rookie award race right now?
Because he's coming, man.
Hey, rookie! Simple as that, man. Who the fuck is Robert Downey Jr.? Is he a quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's his quarterback. Yeah.
This nigga crazy, bro.
Coming, boy.
Oh, weirdo. My boy E.B. Savage is trying to prove them Savages is the best family in the league right now. And Earl Pepper sitting right here chilling too. Shit, Hillburgers ain't got Big Sanders in the graveyard. He got him at 5 right now on the Diaper Dandy list. They were your top 5 right there,
the
man.
fuck out of him too.
Oh my
That's
God.
what happened here, brother. He could run that running back. And he put my receiver
See
too.
what happened when you play some games, man. I think, not to go all into it, I think we seen his wide receiver, Marcus Robinson, at number 10 on the offensive player list.
Yeah, he's cold.
Yeah.
Number 81 is number right. That shit, that motherfucker off the hook over there, bro.
He caught something on the back of the end zone on me, bro.
Listen, that nigga was made out of a lab or something, bro. He just came out of nowhere.
Hey, look. Steroids.
I don't got nothing to say bad about his offense. That boy's offense, cause he's methodical on offense, but that defense.
He got Roy rage over there.
Yeah.
Roy rage
and the way he used Sanders, like I couldn't be mad at, like, you know what I'm saying, like, cause I was really intrigued on how he was gonna use Sanders, like being that he drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
So like just watching how he utilized him, slipped him into like the slide receiver position, and got him in the backfield and maneuvered. Like I was impressed with that. I can't lie.
Nah, I ain't mad at it. Balling right now. Shout out to the Diaper Dandy. Let's take a look at that again real fast. My bad. Offensive Rookie of the Years. Hold on for a second. Get back over there. So it's Darren Thomas quarterback, Robert Downey quarterback. Then you got 3 running backs. You got E.B. Savage, Earl Peppers, and Big Sanders right now. Just so y'all know, Earl Peppers is related to Julius Peppers and Keyshawn Peppers for the Ravens. But they're your top 5 Big Sanders, man. Big Sanders was the top 10 pick. Sitting there on the list, Diaper Dandy and up. Peppers, I don't know if Peppers went in the first round, and I think he went in the second round. He picked that safety first, but EB went in the top 10 as well. We had 2 top 10 guys. Here's the other one, EB Savage right now. So shout out to those 5. Let's go to the AFC. All right, so Tion Pitts, man, breathed life back into the Ravens passing game right now. He's everything. They saying he's a better Hollywood Brown for this team right now. Danger Griff is balling at number 2. Here's the thing though, Snake. Danger is a tweener. You're only going to see one more player that ever come out of my draft that can do what Danger can do. Where he can play wide receiver. He literally could change him to a receiver if he wants to at any moment. He wants to. We haven't seen him do that yet. He's using him as a running back right now. Do you think that, Danger, he's not using him to his full capability yet because you haven't seen him do that? I mean, it will burn a lot because, look, if you move him to wide receiver, he ain't playing running back that game. You get what I'm saying? So you would have to really go to your playbook and find formations that that can have him split out. And then you could kind of put him at the slot receiver and do things like that with him right now. But have we seen the best of Danger? From what I'm hearing, he throws screens to him. I know he like the playmaker a lot with the rollout game and all that. But how is he as a runner?
Like I said, he's cold. He's between the tackles with it. Like he's breaking tackles, he's trucking people, and he's making people miss. Like he's just cold, man.
Enough to sit down the bowling ball, because he had a guy over there with 95 speed at 95 break tackle, 95 trucking over there. They put on a block that I'm surprised ain't nobody go get yet. But but this Danger guy,
he's getting him a double dose of everything. He already got 750 rushing yards with 13 tutties on the year, and he also has 350 receiving yards with 2 touchdowns and 28 catches. So I just think with this offense and the newfound legs on this offense, having that double threat out the backfield with bringing a new quarterback and rookie quarterback, bringing in the running back and quarterback in the backfield, he might just be getting the matchups he likes right now, more so out the backfield, but he's getting them involved in in all phases of the game.
Yeah, because I'll say this, his quarterback still ain't unlocked yet, so his quarterback
still got work to do.
Yeah,
Danger Griffin is also out here returning punts. He's definitely getting involved in all phases of the game.
And Mike Weber is the quarterback over here. Like, I mean, the guy got drafted. Speed kills. The dual threatness of him pits a guy like Josh Allen on the bench after having a great run with the Bills. But I think it's the Mike Weber show for sure over here. When you played him, was Josh Allen on the field, or was the Mike Weber show?
No, it was straight Mike Weber, but I felt like the fact that he wasn't unlocked, you could see where it was like he was kind of holding him back from being what that offense could really be. But at the same time, he made the necessary plays. Like, he didn't make too many mistakes, but you could just tell once he unlocked and he got that offense clicking on all cylinders, it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem over there. I like it. You know what I mean? Same old hoodie, but bitch. Spencer Moss, man. Spencer Moss got drafted, and in my opinion, he got drafted because he was probably the next best available player that the Dolphins saw, so he grabbed him. But it seems like Spencer Moss is, taking the running back rings over from East over there. I don't know his production. I didn't get over there to it yet, but he's 4 on this list, and that means he's using him. But how is he using him would be the question. This team like to be in shotgun more than anything else, so the carries he gonna get is coming from that shotgun handoff shit, inside zones, things like that, catch the ball to the backfield. He's equipped to be able to do it all. I didn't expect to see this. Obviously, diaper dandies, you're gonna get these guys on the list, even if they're not having a great season. If they're just having a better season than all the other diaper dandies that's on offense, and he's straight. I think he's producing for this team, though. I do remember going and seeing his name pop up a couple of times when we was looking for diaper dandies, going through just the individual player stats. We saw his name pop up. But the next guy on this list is Herschel Walker Jr. for the Steelers. Herschel Walker Jr. for the Steelers right now. All right, so this is a guy I'm gonna have to get familiar with. I don't know him. They're 1-8 over there right now. I don't remember even him playing. Yes, I do. He wore number 35. He put the wrong number on Herschel Walker. God damn.
That's why we don't know him. That's why he only got 300 yards right now.
Well, this guy got a donut on his number 1 receiver though too. So I mean, he running around with a fucking horse collar on his motherfucking wide receiver and shit, like running around. And if anybody,
right? That's because that's good.
Nah, Dwight Coney, number 15, got a fucking
Dwight Coney, yeah,
got a butterfly collar on, mad as hell.
Oh man.
But that's what the guys that backyard football guys, that's what they did. They had their hoodies on, they folded their hoodies up, get themselves a donut and running around with a donut on because Coach 404 got a donut on his power back and shit. And I thinking that shit look cute. This guy took it farther. He put it on his punt returner and he got it on his quarterback.
Hey, when you got a name like Junkyard Dog, Junkyard Bum, like you know, you come with the donuts, baby.
Don't get donutted with the donuts on. That shit'll be terrible. We don't want to hear no donut songs. I'm talking about. I go through this schedule and I see a donut on this motherfucker. It's gonna be an issue because you already rocking the donut. So you stop at Dunkin' Donuts and said I need 3 donuts. And put them shits on 3 of your players. Simple as that. He said I need 3 donuts and put it on 3 players over here, bro. Like what the fuck is we doing over here? Let me. Why are guys intrigued with the donuts? Hey, play nice.
He ain't got no donuts over here.
Why
man,
is he intrigued with the donuts? Huh?
Man, you just think. Holy moly donut shop.
Holy. My number 1 receiver got a donut on. Holy moly. Herschel Walker got 35 on.
Got that first dub last week.
Oh my God.
Holy moly.
Got that first donut last week.
First dub last week. Oh man, shout out.
He wasn't trying to get that dub. If he'd have caught, nah, he couldn't shit me. Let him have caught me in time. He'd have been like, give me the loss, dog, guaranteed. All right, and the number 5 guy, Herschel Walker on here, man. What kind of yards he got? He better not be 5 on this list with 2.5 yards a carry or something like that. I like, yo, how many of y'all played the Steelers? I like his offense. Nah, you motherfuckers is ignorant as hell, bro. God damn. Anyway, I like his offense.
You gotta remember, everybody in here is in the NFC, so we ain't played them as much. We playing once here, once there, one every 4 season. We ain't seeing them like that. Everybody in here is in the NFC. That's what that is.
I hear y'all. Max.
Stats wise,
Max.
Yeah, stats wise, Herschel Walker 376, 6 touchdowns, 3.6 yards a carry, and he's only a star. He got 12 breaking tackles. He's still splitting time with Najee Harris over here. It looked like. And Jason Murray. He got Jason Murray.
He got
too.
another running back
He
too.
got 3 running
dogs.
backs.
Yeah, dogs. I tried to get Jason Murray like 2 years ago.
Hey Max, man. Tion Pitts, man. What has he done for this Baltimore offense?
Oh, my fault.
Says send him.
Man.
Gave him that pure speed since they ain't got rid of Hollywood, man.
That's they Waddle. They knew Hollywood. Whatever you want to call that nigga.
Hollywood 2.0.
Nah, cause
Waddle.
Hollywood's still in the league. So is Waddle too, but like, I just say the impact that this player might have, he really could be their every target guy if he really wanted to.
The
That's
impact they thought they was expecting to get from Waddle. I mean, was expecting to get from Hollywood, but they didn't really never see that.
Yeah, Hollywood was like, he crushed the first 2 seasons. Let's not get it fucked up. But then, like, it's just like he wasn't dominant no more in the sense of, like, he wasn't the best receiver on his team at some point. I think Pitts might be, like, I ain't gonna say he's the best receiver on that team right now, but he might be the most, like, demanding in a way. Like,
he got the highest ceiling on the wide receivers that's left over there.
He definitely got the highest ceiling. His on-field, like, you know, ability to kind of like ask for the ball, but not really ask for it. He's more so like, give me the ball, like, but it's in a positive, effective way that's got the rest of the receiving core and Lamar kind of like, oh shit, like we need to get our shit together because this little nigga right here got his shit together. So I think he's gonna be a dog. Won't be the last time we see him on the top of this list. I don't think. Definitely, if he's not on the best wide receiver list, he's probably going to be up there next year, but for sure in the top 3 in the AFC.
He opened the offense back up. See, what happened was, you saw that that's why I asked you that question. Last year, you kept telling me Griffin's your guy, bro, and we kept trying to get Stevens to be that guy. We invested in him in the trade, got rid of some really good players on this team to get that type of receiver. To the fact where Griffin doesn't even really play. He's not a starter at all. He doesn't play the 1, 2, or 3. He's the 4th receiver on this roster right now. He plays spot duty for him. And you know, the emergence of Tion Pitts is really solely due to Jello Griffin, bottom line. Moving Jello to the 1, where we kept feeling like we had to have a Rashad Bateman type receiver at that 1, you know, was hurting us because we was looking for size. We got size and speed. Don't get it fucked up. Stevenson is one of the fastest receivers in the league as well too. But we wasn't just getting for the offense that we run. those smaller receivers. You know, I did it in real draft. Those smaller receivers are different. I mean, you see what the Cardinals did with Isabella, Rondell Moore, and then they brought in a Sheldon Ward. You know, that's started to change the narrative a little bit with the 6'3" and above guys. This offense runs smooth through those two guys, but I think Tion is balling more. He is getting the more targets right now, and it's because of, honestly, I think they go hand in hand. We drafted Jello Griffin and didn't really see Jello Griffin as the new Hollywood, and it was our fault for trying to make him be the new Hollywood. What we did was we had to put him to what he was. He really was a #1 receiver, and the Ravens was missing a real #1 target even when they had Hollywood, and they finally found one in Griff, and because of that, it's hard to guard Tion now because you can't cheat us. But I do think this is a team thing. I think it goes from, Griffin being a new #1, but the emergence of Chip Parker, the tight end over there, is the reason why Tion is doing the things he do right now. I just hope it grows, man, because I think we still haven't taken this Ravens team to that next level of offense yet. And I think this guy is the piece that's helping us do it right now. So he started off great, having a great season, and got about 19 touchdowns, I think, right now. And he brought us back into that mold. But it really solely, if I can play a game and broadcast it without my game tripping and shit, you will see what I'm talking about. Like, it really runs through Jello Griffin, Danger Griffin's older brother, which gets him open right now, though. So the 5 over here is good. I like these 5 rookies, and I like the 5 rookies for the AFC, now NFC as well. Before I go to the defensive side of things, because I'm a diaper dandy guy, I just want to just take a note at Theo Fletcher, the 6'3" receiver for the Vikings. Like what he's doing. To the house, man. To the house. I honestly think this is the Giants' new face of their offense and their backfield. I just don't think the Giants see it yet. You're looking at a big power back with great speed, 94 speed, 94 excel. And I think he's a better Saquon Barkley. Now hear me out when I say this. I think he's a better Saquon Barkley because he's a rookie, a drafted player, right? And they get better stats at certain attributes that the regular man guys don't get. That got real faces and things, and that's why I think he's a better Saquon Barkley. You was big on, oh my God, 95 stiff arm, and Snake called you out. Like, man, I don't even stiff arm nobody and all that. But I just think this guy can, remember when those games where you would be in a situation where you're playing Rob, y'all having a shootout, and when you needed a score, we was able to gamble on your game and say, Falk could say some shit like, Barkley 12 carries straight, watch, and we see 9 carries straight. This guy can do that for you. It's funny, I'm talking about him in a light that I think you're not seeing him right now. So my question would be, why hasn't he become the starting running back over there for y'all yet? And demand 20 carries. We know you're not going to give a guy 25 carries. 20 is the most I've seen you do, I think.
I was about to say, yeah, 25 is cool. Yeah, but it's just kind of the same with Stevenson. It's just like a respect and homage to Saint Barkley. We didn't pay for him. It's not the same as you paid for Stevenson, but we got a gem that was a mini Saquon in the sense of down to the name as far as capability, speed, catching out the backfield, and we just didn't want to really have that false confidence and false hope, and that we don't believe in Saint, especially him having that year that he had last year. Like, you got to think we traded for him in the middle of a season, or early middle of a season. He finished with like 1,000, close to 1,000. The next year he had like 1,800. So it's like this following year, it's like we just want to follow up with a little bit of consistency.
I get it. Put politics. Get your trade value out. You traded for this guy. You got rid of Saquon Barkley. Got him back in the trade. And you got to see it through.
And it's not that it's just Tutta's like I'm saying he's working his way. They right now honestly have the same fucking amount of touchdowns, so it's not like Tutta's not contributing to the team in a high fashion. I just think it's a respect thing at this point in the offense.
Yeah, because I see a guy that should be, touching the ball like no homo, but touching the football like you saw Jaleel Ruggs, like you saw Hits Israel. like we should be seeing Boone Jackson. I just think that's that type of guy. Like the more he's playing, the better chances you get to break out. The moment you get him to an X factor, the moment you get to completely put the shit you need on his back to be dominant in the playoffs. I think if this guy been starting since day one and you have that breakout, I don't know if the Bucks, put it on you the way you did. I think you would have been able to answer the game back with some running on your own of your own in that game. Again, I don't think by choice you will ever give your running back 25 more than 30 carries. We've seen you give your running back 30, but you haven't had that since Saquon. And you barely did it, but you gave him 30 when you needed it. I just think he's that back. If you need it, he can do it for you, but you got to get him built to do it for you. Especially with a young receiving core like you got right now. That's going to still be up and down in their sophomore years. Mike Timmons, another. This is a receiver that came in with speed. I like it. And then Dorian Tatum. I don't know what Dorian plays though. I don't know if he plays receiver for the Falcons or not. But he's one ugly. Huh?
Tight end card.
Tight end. Oh, I'm sorry. Dorian Tatum, tight end cards. I see Falcons over there. Tight end, right? You said.
Yeah.
All right, so when you got a guy over there, King James over there, and you get another weapon over here. Now, one thing about the Cardinals, we know they can use multiple players and do multiple big things with those players. Dorian Tatum gives them, even though King is over there, this is the first guy they got that came in the league with a 4.40 time from that tight end position. This is why you're supposed to pay attention to the 7th round selections. When I said do the shit you got to do to get the 7th round player, this is what you get. You're not getting a bum. Go ask Hoodie what he got. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at. I'm not giving you a bum. I'm giving you a guy you can play with right now. You idiots. Well, fuck. What does a guy? Obviously King James has been one of the top tight ends in the league since he stepped foot in Arizona. What is it about Dorian Tatum? He's on this list at 10. And honestly, this is just a usage thing. If you decided to really use this guy, I think he'll be higher on this list for sure. But what is the Arizona Cardinals getting when they get a Dorian Tatum?
Just the heir apparent to the king.
Right.
The heir apparent to the King James. All his talents. Trying to work him in, man. Work him in and get some looks.
Does this help you open up schemes a little bit more? Go to 2 tight end sets, things like that. Does it help you do things like that?
Tight end sets, more run dominant formations where you can't cheat as much. So yeah, his addition definitely was a priority to get somebody in that could help us out.
Is he playing in a sort of a red shirt year, kind of like where he could touch the field 4 games, but then he really not doing too much of anything else, just the red shirt?
Touch a little teddy here, a little catch there.
All right, so when you come off the top 5 right here, you got Justice Keys. All right, so Justice Keys was the #1 receiver in the draft. Hear me when I say this. Florida State, flat out #1 receiver in the draft. The problem was there was something that happened off field. This is nothing that's doing on field. Something that happened off field with Justin Keys that dropped him from a 1st round talent to a 4th round grade, and it's a character issue. That's it. But when you get these type of guys and you bring them in a program, they want to prove that they can play in the league, so they're going to be on their best behavior. I don't think you're going to see a bad Justice showing his character issues in his first year. I think once he's comfortable is when you got to worry about if this guy is going to be a problem for you or not. But this was one of the top 10 player in this draft for sure. This is one of those guys that came out with a high overall, right? Up there with the 88s type shits, right? 4.26 40, flying, 98 speed, 98 excel. He wasn't he was the #1 receiver graded in the draft, dropped to a 4th round selection. Overall wise, Tion Pitts was the highest overall receiver to come out at 88. I think this guy was 86 coming out. He's over there with a team that's been drafting a whole lot of receivers, and usually when you get a guy that keep going receiver in the draft, you got something smart to say about him. But I think this team did it right. I think they drafted receivers and they drafted good ones and they picked the right pieces now. I think this kid can play 1, 2, or 3 at any moment for this team. They had the kid Holt that went crazy last year, and then they still got Schwartz that's over there. So in all actuality, I think out of 6 receivers that they drafted, they finally got their 3. One of them that was already with the team, which is Schwartz. They finally got their 3 that they can run around with. All of them got really good speed and can make plays right now. I think the Browns is in a great situation, and we haven't really seen the rest of Justin Keys. Max, real fast while I'm talking about the rest of these rookies, can you tell me what Justice is? 2 things. Can you tell me what he's doing stat wise, and then where he at on the depth chart for the Browns? Chris Porter's Miami running back. This is the guy that comes in. He gives you the same type of body frame as a Javonte Williams already. You know, when they got rid of the veteran over there, I can't remember the guy's name. He was a Chicago Bear. He was on Superstar. He played really well for this Broncos team. They had a 2-headed monster out there backfield with Javonte Williams. And damn, I can't remember this guy's name. Montgomery. I think Chris Porter gives you an upgrade at Montgomery. I think he goes into a level of super sane when it comes down to a superstar Montgomery. This kid is already 10 times better than him right now. He catch the ball at the backfield and run. The last name is Porter, so you know what you're dealing with right there. Rashawn Hendricks. Ain't it funny how speed kills? We had 3 receivers in this draft that had 98 speed, 98 excel. All 3 of them is on this diaper dandy list right now. Teion Pitts is at 1. You just saw the guy from Cleveland. I talked about Justice Keys, and now Rashawn Hendricks goes to the Chargers in a situation where the Chargers, you know, they had their guy Jermaine Pierre over there. They get even faster with a guy that's 6'3", 200 pounds, and Rashawn Hendricks with 98 speed, 98 excel. I think that, you know, as long as Corey stay locked in, he said in the chat, this is what happens when you take a season off, when your team is right there and you're starting to win your division 2 times in a row, you playing deep in the playoffs, and then you struggle a little bit and take a season off and don't play 3 games and then don't play the rest of your games. When you come back, you just can't get a good feel of your team. Look, he'd have been going for 3 games and came back and still hasn't really captured the momentum he had before he left. Taking time off from your team can hurt you if you're a competitor, but I do think they got a dog here. I just think Jermaine Pierre, if he was developed at the last season the way we thought he was going to develop when Falk played him and said, this guy's special, he got a special receiver over there, I think we'll see an even better Hendricks. Hendricks should be in his top 5 for sure. But because that team took a step back in development, you still got work to do, and I think it's going to hurt this kid right now, but he's going to be a guy you're going to pay attention to because, again, the fastest 3 receivers in the draft are on his top 10 right now. Will Clements, I want to say tight end here for the Raiders, and Shannon Sharp guaranteed a tight end right now. Now the Steelers, I get it. You get the name thing now. Put the junior on the side of that guy's name, so it should be Shannon Sharp Jr., and we can go for it. So this is number 1 pick in the draft right now. I don't think that this is the same situation the Browns had. These guys are boys. They in the league because of each other. Browns joined the league. Browns brought the Steelers in the league, right? But here's the thing. They both drafted a tight end with the number 1 overall pick, but they attacked it 2 different ways. The Browns redshirted their tight end with that number 1 pick. The Steelers is playing their tight end with the number 1 pick, and just know this: they have another tight end that has really good talent as well over there, so they can go too deep at the tight end position. I think this kid's going to play, and I think he's going to really be a problem for this team out of South Carolina. Solid. So let's get to the defensive rookies, and let me know what them stats is on Justice.
Justice Keys.
On Justin Keys.
He's the second starting receiver behind Schwartz, and then he has 25 catches for 397 and 7 touchdowns.
What's his average per catch?
16 yards a catch, averaging 50 yards a game. And he's 4th on the team in reception and catches. The Browns got four players with 25 or more catches.
Okay.
So he's spreading the ball around.
Trying to get a Falky on.
Not to mention Nick Chubb got 19 catches out the backfield. So that'll make 5 with 20 or more. You know what I mean? He's spreading the ball around a lot over there in Cleveland.
All right, Lennox Castle. Lennox Castle is by leading every DB in sacks right now. Lennox Castle was the fastest safety in the draft. The only problem that Castle has is he's not a tweener. He can't go back and forth from safety to sub linebacker and things like that. He has to play back
And he's
deep,
a star right now.
and he's only a star. But he's number one on his list as defensive rookie of the year right now. Hoodie's getting the most out of him. The one guy that nobody thought, Josh Norman, the little brother Lance Norman, is number two on this list for the Patriots, and he's the guy that guys are saying, how the fuck did he get back there 30 yards and get a pick? Well, he's the fastest corner in the draft, 96 speed, 96 cell. Kid's a monster, superstar. And when you play on a team like the Patriots who bend but don't break, you're not throwing bombs on the Patriots. It's hard to do. You got to be good at throwing the football to really get them beat for a deep pass because of how they play defense. It's not because they're playing the best defense in the world. It's the things they do on defense that makes you throw interceptions and not put drives together when they're putting nothing but drives together. But number two on this list, shout out to him. I'm sorry, let me do that real fast. Go back there. All right, Roy Grant. Don't know what position he plays. For the Steelers. You got me out there, Max? Brian, what position Roy Grant play? Does he play linebacker? I think he played linebacker.
Right outside linebacker.
Bro, smacking like a motherfucker. What? I'm gonna do this. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, I'm fucking up dry cereal. I'm eating honeycombs right now. Them shit's rocking. You smoke some. I smoke some cereal and milk, and I'm motherfucking eating dry cereal. PBJ, you snacking on? I just told you, honeycombs, honeycomb hideout. What position do you play?
Right outside linebacker.
All right, right outside linebacker number 3. I like this because T.J. Watt, is up there in age. T.J. Watt got to keep his abilities because he balled out last year, but eventually T.J. Watt is going to go into a situation where, is a wrap for him. And Roy, I think he can go either or, outside rusher. They do play the 3-4 a lot, but he could be an outside rusher for them, and he could put his hand in the dirt as well, too. Number 4 on this list, Diaper Danny, number 2 pick in the draft, D-Ron Adams. Monster middle linebacker right now. Very, very, very big problem at middle linebacker right now. He's going to be a problem. Just waiting for this guy to unlock. He's playing at a level right now, in my opinion, where, it looks like he already is at the threshold and he's unlocked already, right? Until you play a powerhouse guy, you play a dog, and you start to see some of the rookie mistakes and the rookie things he's going to have going forward. But he was an undeniable player to not put on the field right now. We had to, especially when Hammer is on the Rams roster now for outside linebacker. But this kid at the middle linebacker position, him and Ray Lewis or him and Juggy Seau are really, really different in that middle right now. So shout out to the Ravens for getting that guy at that middle linebacker. You talking about a guy 6'6", man, 93 speed with 97 hit power. You're gonna murder somebody's life. A sleeper safety from HBCU and Victor McLeod. He went to what's the Alcorn State. Now star, but big enough to be able to play sub linebacker. As long as they keep developing him, he's gonna be a problem over there. That's the top 5 in the AFC. In the NFC, you're looking at guys like Chris Samuels, who's been stuck at the safety position by default. We're gonna see what happens when they gotta move him back to corner and let him play true cornerback football. But then you got a safety in Donovan Odom for the Vikings with the number 3 safety on the draft board. Cornerback Roman Newsom sitting here at number 3. The Giants flopped over their cornerback room. They got rid of some guys. They let go on free agency. They traded some guys, and they turned their cornerback room over. Newsom, little gadget, small guy, 5'9", but you saw they picked up the kid Ace Sanders too last year as strong safety. They're not scared to play short guys, 5'9" guys, and let them play at a high level when they got bunnies and they can do some things. One of the steals of the draft was X Factor Orlando Jordan, Michael Jordan's youngest son. Yes, you're in my world right now. So that's Michael Jordan's youngest son. Don't go looking it up, stupid asses. This is Game of Thrones. Our little world. Orlando Jordan got bunnies jumping out the building right now. The Saints got them a steal right now. They got them a corner a safety that is 6'5", jumping out the building, good hit power, good speed, and can do a lot of things for this team over there. gotta know what type of stats he got right now, and there's no way he not starting him day one right now. There's no way that guy just sitting on the bench not playing at all at 6'5".
He has 32 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 5 picks.
How many?
32 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 5 picks, no fumbles, and 1 pass deflection. Not bad.
Nah, he not playing bad at all. Do you feel like he could do more? We saw what Kai Fo did at the free safety position when he drafted him a couple years ago. Now you got both of those guys back there. He playing strong or free?
Look, I would think he's playing strong. They got, I don't know, because Beto played 110 snaps. That's another safety. He's 6'4", 220. Those could be sub linebackers. And then you got Kai Fo, who's 217. So I'm feeling like let me check his snaps. He should have high snaps because he's on true safety. So let me look. He has 351. That looks. He's playing the starting role.
You can't see, is he as strong safety to start? Like either you
tired
or you motherfucker super high out your mind.
No, I'm not at depth chart. I'm at stats. That's why.
Oh, all right. Well, Chase Belly, Champ Belly's little bro, sitting right here. Tell Max to look at depth chart. God damn, he just took us to 5 minutes of nothing. Chase Belly is 3-5, but Chase Belly is the guaranteed starting corner over there. They went from Joe Horn's son out of there playing for the Falcons. Now he done went to the Buffalo, then traveled his ass over to the Falcons, but they go and get them another dog corner right now. Chase Belly is going to be, legit. He should be a shutdown cornerback for the Panthers right now. He's number 5 on this list. Should come out of a DJ Thompson. Now, my question is, I have no idea where they're playing. Who is this guy and where they're playing him at? Because, I don't know if his name changed or the same player. But the 49ers got a DJ Thompson that I'm going to talk about once I find out what position he plays. But some would say when you get Orlando Jordan out of the draft, right? Then you come back and you see these next 2 names.
Thompson's a right outside linebacker.
All right, so bet they trying to solidify that linebacker room right now. You saw what they did with Andrew Leonard. I think they're gonna get Warner back.
Probably the big
ones. Yeah. I like the 49ers getting better in depth at their defensive position. You're watching them build this defense slow. They went and got them the number top corner in this draft. Not by overall. Yes, by overall. They got the number 1 corner in the draft. They went and got an outside linebacker in this draft. Like, they're building their defense to be, even stronger. And I like how this is being built because Kadeem was fucking all world last year. Like, all we did was talk about him. All they need Thompson to do is just keep the edge and don't allow things to happen on the outside right now. Zion Ali and Brahim Wagner was 2 of the highest talented safeties to come out of our drafts. Period. Brahim Wagner, for the last name alone and what he's done, where he was at, is a monster. Flat out monster. I think this is a Florida State kid. But Zion was a sleeper pick. Ali, you get an X factor here with Zion Ali, and we saw what the Cowboys did when they traded for safety Bonds. Got him developed into an X factor. Now they got guys that can do a little bit of everything right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Brahim at some point maybe moving to a true middle linebacker position versus playing sub linebacker. And then at the same time, you see so good at safety itself that you don't really want to move him, but he has that last name, the Wagners, you know what I'm saying? The latest one that really went crazy and turned the league on, upside down a little bit was Kadeem. Brahim going to do his thing though, I think too. So, and he's at the right spot. He's at the Lions, and they invest in safeties and they play them really well. But Zion Ali from Camden, New Jersey, step up, do what you gotta do, kid. That kid be balling out. And Snake got him still there, and he balling for him because Solo Savage, like they picked up two of those two different, those guys that can do a little bit of everything right now. And the Cowboys is looking to get big, tall, and they better cover that height at receiver in their division because between the football team and the Giants, you're looking at Giants 6'6", both of them got 6'6" and 6'5" starters on the outside. So you need Zion Ali's and those corners that 6'4s and shit like that. What have Zion Ali done for you since you got him, Snake? I mean, first round pick. This was a steal pick for you.
Man, he get around the ball, but I believe he's got a lot of speed and talent on here. He ain't got to do a whole lot. He just got to play his area of the field while he developed. He got that speed and height.
He came in 94 speed, right?
Yeah, he came
94
in 94
speed at 6'4", right? 6'4".
6'4", 94, and he came in on the X Factor jump.
Yes, exactly. Yep. All right.
He done went up in speed too, so.
Right.
He just cover a lot of range back there, and we do play him. We play him in the strong safety, but he 96 speeds. We play him in the strong.
He came in 94 safety. Though, right? You got him up to 96.
94. Yeah, he went up 2 speed points this year.
All right.
Yeah.
So the next guy we're gonna talk about, we haven't had. I think the last D tackle we looked at and everybody was like, "Oh my God," was what was his name? Was it Mellow Love or some shit like that? Or was his last name Mellow? Remember the Vikings? He changed his name and all that, though.
He changed his name. It was something Mellow. Mellow. I mean, not Geo. It was something Mellow.
Yeah, I thought it was Love. I thought his first name was Mellow.
Mellow Love.
Mellow Horn. Mellow Horn. There you go. Mellow Horn. Scarball. Here's the difference though. Mellow Horn, we had some big beefy D tackles, no homo, in our league that came out. That first draft class we had a couple of them come out, right? We had Mincy for the Cowboys. We had Connors for the Cowboys, Connor. We had Mincy for the Ravens. Hear me out, because Saragusa was the defensive end that got turned D tackle. You had Boone drafted Rock Gray. At the same time, Boone drafted Rock Gray. He also drafted Will Barber as well. Big body guys, tall. We're not talking about the Warren Sapp guys. 6'3", 6'4", 6'2". We talking about 6'7", 6'8". Those type of guys that 345 pounds. These guys are monsters, right? But Scarborough came out 6'7" with defensive end speed. This guy got speed rusher ability and doesn't have to be a D tackle in this league if he didn't want to. He literally can play anywhere on the defensive line right now. This kid's 6'7", about 350 pounds, 84 speed, 84 excel. If he didn't go up in speed and excel already, he's a monster. And this is the Giants getting back to Giants football in real life. The one thing they do is have a strong front four on defense, and they got guys that can do a little bit of anything. You know what I'm saying? Tuck could play D tackle and defensive end. Strahan could play D tackle and defensive end. They had pass rushers that could do a little bit. Look, LT could play DN or outside linebacker for that team. Like, they got those type of pieces right now, and Scarborough is that guy right now. I don't know what they're exactly doing with him right now, and if I was them, he would be playing everywhere on that line, D line. Everywhere, formation subs and all. He was the number 1 D tackle in the draft, and he went in his 20s to the Giants, and I thought it was one of the better picks of the draft, flat out. Now our last guy is Honey Mayo. Now here's the thing though, when you're looking at safety, looking for speed, this was the fastest strong safety in the draft. Where Hitta got Towers back there, where the emergence of Terrell Williams at 6'4", he won the INT award last year and best defensive player, defensive back award last year. You also got Derek Foster over there, but he's up there in age right now. So you bring in a Mayo, great speed, ability, all types of coverage. He can run with tight ends, not the biggest, but he can run with tight ends if you asked him to. He kind of give me the Honey Badger feel. At that safety, not the biggest safety out there, but like plays like he's 6'5", and I think you can get that out of him. And the good thing about him is he got time to develop for a while they got their starters already playing at a high level right now. So a guy like Terrell Williams, who's 215 pounds, can get moved in that sub linebacker spot, and Mayo can go to the free, and they don't really lose no speed or coverage integrity, so they can get better. I think the football team can really do some shit with that defense, man. I think the moment they start to do some things and go, orthodox and just do some things different that everybody's not doing, create ways to pit matchups on the field that just makes it hard for guys to do anything to you, really. And I think the moment they start to get in their bag a little bit, you'll start to see how good these players really are. Last situation, I didn't do all 10 over here. You got Nate Dickerson. I don't know what position he plays. Scruggs plays DN. Antonio Ball, I think he's the D lineman.
Dickerson's a corner.
Dickerson is
A corner, yeah.
cornerback
He should be, yeah.
for the Colts.
Oh, wait.
Colts, I'm looking now. Dickerson.
I'm thinking that's a cornerback from the draft class, I remember.
Nate Dickerson. I don't know. He could have been, Mike OP draft linebackers, though. In my opinion, I think he's a linebacker or something.
Nah, he a cornerback. 6'1", 91 speed, 85 overall.
Well, he number 6 on this
speed.
list. We know Deshaun Scruggs. Is that Scruggs? Deshaun Scruggs for the Jets is the DN. I thought they drafted a couple years ago. They drafted the number 1 DN in the draft. They come right back and get the number 1 defensive end in the draft outside of Jay Thomas. This was the number 1 left end or right end in the draft.
Right
and
end.
then Jay Thompson was the other one.
Left end,
Yeah.
just the right end. Yeah.
All right. So Antoine Ball, Chiefs get themselves another defensive pass rusher. Juggy Seau. We didn't draft him. We traded for him after the draft. Juggy Seau, man, obviously Junior Seau's family member. Here we go. And then the next guy's Anthony Adams, which is D-Ron Adams' brother. Both of them came out in the same draft class. The Ravens got these guys. Listen, Juggy 6'6", 95 hit power, 93 speed. He is a monster. Outside linebacker, middle linebacker. D-Ron Adams 6'6", 97 hit power. And then you're looking at Anthony Adams, who can play corner or safety. He came out as a corner. He can play safety. He's a tweener. He can go anywhere on the secondary you want to go and can do it at a high level. High hit power, high man-to-man. He could do high everything. And he's having a great start. I would have thought he'd have been higher on this list. So that means these guys shitting over there. If it was a fifth, the game against the Seahawks dropped. He had 5 picks in the first half against the Seahawks. So if that game recorded, when you play it over, it never happens that way. Then he'll probably be up here in the top 3 easy. Just know the number 10 player.
I gotta run the ball versus them Cardinals, man. Just run the ball, butt ball the Cardinals. Seahawks and Rams, butt ball the Cardinals. Just one season.
Butt ball the shot. What do you do? All right, so let's go. Best quarterbacks right now. We're only on top 3. Stanton, I told y'all. To me, I do think he's playing the best football out of. Right now, Kellen Mond is undefeated. We know what Dan Marino Jr. can do, but I think you're not going to see him on this list, right? But I don't think it's the AFC North quarterbacks right now. I think it's Braden Stanton and Lamar Jackson, and I think you got to keep paying attention to Kellen Mond as long as he's undefeated. But I think they're the best 2 quarterbacks in the AFC this year right now, and Lamar's not even on this list. How, I don't know, but that's how got to advance a couple more weeks before that pop back up, because he's Dan there got 1,000 yards rushing already and throwing the ball really well. But anyway, Braden Stanton out of the quarterbacks on this list right now, he's the guy that you want to be intrigued with the most. If you don't watch the Browns play, start to watch the Browns play, please. If you're in the league and he posts his game in the chats, he usually won't broadcast. He got terrible fucking internet too. But hopefully his opponents will broadcast for him. But Stanton is stepping up. He really fits their scheme. They built him into the shit they need him to do the things they want to do over there, and they like to move the pocket. They would throw. He takes what you give him all game long. They do a lot of make you chase routes. They get a lot of crossing route slant concepts, crossing route drag concepts. But the kid is playing at a high level. Since last year, he took that ass whooping to the Cowboys. He hasn't turned back and resorted back to those type of games. Although the Cardinals came through the building and put up 59 points on them, they still scored like 40. He can play, yeah, and the Cardinals can do that to anybody. 100% right.
Take a loss to him with grain of salt.
Yeah, so shit, he put up down there 50 on me in the Super Bowl.
Hey, look, take it
First
from me.
Super
I done
Bowl.
lost. Hey, look, every year, I'm just going to say, every year I got my ass knocked out the playoffs has been by a Super Bowl winner, whether it's been the Giants or the 40 or the Cardinals.
But I would say
Oh,
this. Remember when I
God.
talked about Andrew Leonard, the pass rusher, and I kept saying he's the next new premier pass rusher for the 49ers. He's up and coming. He's the next guy. And then
Yeah,
he arrived. And then what happened was you
he
watching he
got
play
quiet
Falk,
now.
and Falk like, man, who the fuck is number 9? Like, god damn. And I'm like, I try to tell you on the shows. I kept talking about this guy. Well, this is that next guy right here, just offensively at the quarterback position. The one thing the Browns GM and ownership and coaching staff has done is pick the talent around them. They have a whole
Texans,
shitload of talent around them, flat out.
mm-hmm.
You know, the Texan situation, that's a computer game. Guys are playing a computer, and he's fucking going crazy right now. But I'm telling you, like I said, I don't see another name on this list to talk about. Tip Pinches and Wise Montana, he's a dual threat watching. Other than that, you know, your top 3 are Hurts and Mon. And the NFC, your top 3 quarterbacks are as follow: Kyler Murray, Barry Straight, number 2 on this list. Robert Downey Jr. at number 3 on this list. And again, you're not gonna. You got a guy that's on this list that barely throw the football right now. And that's just how they get. You know, it's the game. We just advance with the quarterback position. They always do that for some reason. Sometimes they don't even have 10. Look, Charlie Ward 8. They don't have 10 up here at all. So when we advance again, we'll see. We'll start to see the real quarterback battle over here. Right now, we can't see it. All right, best running backs right now. You're gonna see this list. Jaleel Ruggs is still number 1 in the NFC. Walter Payton Jr. is 2, 3 is Streets, 4 is Hamlin, 5 is Joey Cummins, and Cummins don't even get the football like he used to, but he's still productive. He touched that football somehow. AFC, here we go. ETN number 1, Bass number 2, Adai number 3. Then you got Danger, Mr. Danger Griff up here, man. Wash yourself. Show me what you're working out, but wash yourself. And Javonte Williams is number 5 on this list. They're your top 5 AFC running backs right now. When you look at the next position, we're looking at best wide receivers. Teion Pitts at 1, Rashad Bateman, X-Raven at 2, Jalen Water, I was about to say X-Raven, but I forgot we ain't in 21 no more. We're not in 21 no more.
Waddle at 3, Chris Poole at 4, old man Metcalf still up here at number 5.
Former Giant.
Man. And that's you got 2. You got X-Raven up here too. Waddle stay up here, and a newcomer Poole. 3rd year in a row we seeing his name in that top 3 to 5 category. Period. Man.
Snake, let me ask you this: Jaguars, Rashad Bateman.
Man, since he, man,
Notice I ain't say nothing else. I'm gonna just let you finish the sentence. Know what I mean?
I mean, he definitely been a difference maker over there in Jacksonville.
They got DK Metcalf over there too, bro. They got Speed. They got the Bull Brown. What's his name? The one that came from your team, football team, Washington. What's the
Diami Brown.
Diami Brown over there. They got Escobar over there. Speed Kills over there. They just drafted the 6'5" receiver over
rookie
there.
Jonathan Byrd. They got a tight end Pitta, and then even through all that, Rashad Bateman has definitely been that number 1 go-to guy over there. He's leading the team with yards, receptions, touchdowns, everything.
Yeah.
Metcalf a close second, but man, they got a lot of weapons. Then don't forget, you still got ETN catching the ball out the backfield as well. So
yes, sir.
they got a lot of weapons over there.
Yes, they do. Flat out, yes, they do.
It's very easy to see why they made the move. Why they felt why they made a move on another QB. They was reaching that plateau. The organization felt they reached their plateau. They maybe maxed out their potential with Trevor Lawrence, man. Man, this is a team had to try to step it up a little bit. Got to give them a shout out for even that's a bold move for even making that move, a move like that, because Trevor Lawrence still young. Sunshine still young.
Man, I just think you could set your franchise back with the wrong move. I don't think they make the wrong moves. I think the way they do it, they give themselves. When you draft a rookie, they're hidden for a reason. You know what I mean? You
Right.
got to figure out what they're going to be, and they give you an opportunity within that 500 snaps to kind of develop him into the type of receiver you think he should be. When you get attributes on your guy, you get the superstars or X factors. You get to put your X factor on them. They give you a certain amount of X factors to choose from. And at receiver, when they put the superstar abilities on the guys before you change them, they put them on to how they play and what they built to. Right, so when you do that, you're guessing. But when you got a Rashad Bateman, you literally he's unlocked, ready to go right now. You don't have no, it's no middleman with him. He comes right in and you know what you got right away. And I think he cuts a lot of his having to develop or the waiting process and growing pains. He completely eliminates that. This is why he can beat the coach successfully and blow him out, because the coach will reset their roster almost in a way if I do. It's not like he's trading a lot of players, but when you keep having big drafts like that, you start to play those guys over the guys that had you winning at a high level already. So so in my opinion, when you're dealing with a guy that's already built, and you bring him in, even though you just traded for him, he's already built. He's going to be better than your rookie already. So he's dominating the division because those guys are ready to go right now. This is why we tell some of these guys, stop picking. You can pick in the top 10 all you want and get that dog you want to get, but can you develop those guys to better, help you win ball games? And
That's a perfect example. These Jaguars come for that Raven coaching tree, so they have no problem going to get some ex-Raven players. And then we can tell that they come in and contribute right away, because we see them out here on the board. We see the Sean Wades, the Rashad Batemans. We see them players up there on them lists. And then it also goes back to the point. Even a team like the Titans, like when we were saying with the Jaguars, they go make that move. Their team was kind of stagnant. Yeah, they was winning the division. They was making the playoffs. So they was kind of stagnant, so they wasn't scared to package some picks and package sunshine to go try to make one move to get their team to take a little next step and acquire another QB.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to see if them moves make that next step. But Bateman's definitely a true number one over there.
For real. So Jalen Waddle, you know who he is. He's the one player that the Dolphins get the ball to. Can't stop. He's
out here.
He's getting waddled out here, Walking waddle. You got Waddle today. Chris Poole has, since he's been in the league, been a monster. DK Metcalf is on the Jaguars team, and he's number 5 on this list. And now he got 2 top 5 receivers that he didn't have to spend no time on building. They're already ready to go. Plug and play. Simple as that. I'm not going past the top 5. In the NFC, your top 5 receivers are Samuel L. J. Jawan Hudson's back in the mix. Henry Ruggs, balling at a high level. Marcus Robertson. This is number 81 everybody talking about. I can't wait to see what everybody else is talking about. And then Sheldon Ward. At any moment, the Cardinals got a receiver that can change this situation as much as they want. They're that good at the receiver position. Let's go. O-line. Here you go. Tristan Wirfs is winning that race right now. You got Cardinals, Sears, Bears, Tyler Carr, Bailey for the Bucks, and Clay Oates for the Giants. AFC lineman looks as far as the Jermaine Bird Patrick Falk conversation. We said Patrick Falk's the best O-lineman in the league, especially in the AFC, the best guard. Well, the battle is on now. Jermaine Bird, Pat Falk. Right now, Jermaine Bird's number 1 on this list. Dylan Bayard at 3, Ryan Howdally at 4, and then Darren Johnson for the Jaguars at 5. Your best D linemen are P.J. Leonard, number 1 left end, right end in the league. In his draft class, he's still balling at a high level for the Steelers. Eric Bolden, and then Chase. Colt Young is up there. Okay, AFC. Oh shit. All right, Warren, Saragusa are your top 5 right now. Bulwer 6, Rock Gray 7. See some guys I think gonna move the shit. They're gonna move the shits, coach. They're gonna move the shits, coach. All right. So your best D linemen in the NFC are as follows: Jeremy Cumberland, Andrew Leonard is number 9. So I'm talking about right here. All right, Pierre Ford for the Rams, Josh Cannon, Troy Dye, Chase Young at 6. Troy Dye, Jesus Christ. The Vikings way up the hook. All right, linebackers: Michael Parsons, Randy Hutchinson, Devin Bush, Alan Reed, and Mac Kawanuka.
How many weeks before we see Isaiah Simmons take the one slot from Parsons again?
After they played the Seahawks in round 4.
But he ain't on
6 interception game.
he ain't on this list at all right now though.
It
So
don't matter. It
hopefully he
happened
stay there,
last
right?
year.
I know.
Until you had that 6 interception game, it came all the way back to number one, bro.
Homeboy hit his shit that right. He said how when he's going to do it after he played those games, right? Chris Odom, Evan Ware, Tarquin Bidle went from the Browns to a Buffalo. From the Browns to the Buffalo Bills, and then you got I got 3. Don't you dog me. And then Ben Middleton, the man in the middle right now. We got some dog ass linebackers in the AFC right now, bro. Oh my god. And the guys that, that need to be up here are up here right now, man. So, oh my god. Alright, so the DBs are as follow. Caden Stearns number 1 in this race. Junior Levine number 2. Lennox Castle, my safety Jordan jumps, everything, bro. I bet. Shit, I bet.
Who?
You can't teach that 6'5" Jordan, Orlando Jordan.
Oh yeah.
You can't teach that. All right, so ready, Stearns, Javon, and what you're gonna see is Castle.
That Jordan safety by the Saints, that was a great pick in the draft.
Yeah,
like there was a lot of dogs in the draft. That was a great pick by the Saints, I think.
That was a steal pick right now. All right, so we know Castle leads the DBs and any DB in the league in sacks, but Steve Israel is right behind him. He had a really big sack season from the slot corner last year, and he's doing it again this year. Najee Israel rounds out the top 5. You still look at these names. You got Norman, Reed, Murphy, Steiner, Cisco. The Jaguars putting it in right now. And the NFC, I showed that already or no? All right, the NFC safeties are Orlando Jordan. He said he jumped everything. He said, my safety Jordan jumps everything, bro. And it's jump mans. I hope you got Jordans on him. He better be wearing Jordans too, boy. All right, Keith David at corner. Samuel, he also, the rookie, Drew said, my rookie cornerback never played a down at safety, bro. He's the number 1 cornerback. I believe you, my nigga. I thought not.
If he in your slot, if he's in your depth chart at safety, he's going to come in at safety, bro. He's going to come in at safety. There ain't no reason for the 96, 97 speed cornerback being your depth chart at safety. That's all. That's just the rules, bro. Everybody else got to follow him. You got to follow him too. You can't say he don't never.
Well,
come
he got me in a couple of minutes, so therefore he gonna show you where he playing at anyway. What's his number? Drew? What's that Samuel kid number? If I'd have put an S on his name, he'd have been related to Asante Samuel Jr. and Asante, but he's Samuel. Kai Fo, man, an old but goodie, a name that we ain't seen in a while. He's still on the list. That's his top 5, fellas. Man, the show is great. Now, listen to this. If you're still watching right now, if you're still on here watching right now, right, and you still was watching, just say, once more, you don't have to screenshot shit. All I need is your team's name in the chat, right, in the comment section. And I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes to do this. Type your team's name in the comment sections, fellas. That's all I'm asking. And now, I made up for the 2 gifts that you were supposed to get from the play your games, right? First 8 games. I made up for that. Flat out made up for that. And then somehow I came out of it and gave y'all little motherfuckers another one.
Flat out made up for that.
I'm just typing my name, man. Relax. I'm up too, shit.
Just typing my name, man.
Got it. We in there, bitch.
I'm up too.
We in there, bitch. Bitch.
49ers forget I played him last week, and Samuel's at the backup safety spot, so he must have just changed him.
That's why you saying it, because you played him.
Yeah,
right?
I know point blank. Yeah, I know point blank he was back there. That's all. If he ain't been back, if he ain't getting no picks for you back there, you ain't got no problem just taking him out. But he already took him out his depth chart. Good shit. Appreciate it, Drew. It happens. We ain't bitching. We just telling everybody, trying to get everybody on the same page, bro. All right, so the 49ers, like he done his roster too. I'll add him to the list. He already fixed it. Good shit.
Oh man, big Snoop Dogg. I gotta go check something out before we do anything right now. This Niner team kind of nice over here, man. We gonna see what they're really about right now. See what the fuck we got going on right here.
Man, they don't have that computer staff, that computer draft, that
That's what I'm
computer
saying.
scout class,
They
that computer
understood.
draft
Yeah,
class
they
over
understand
there.
that shit. I mean, we
Hey,
Trey
it don't
Lance
matter.
was, and then
He
Trey
done
Lance
got it.
started playing better football too down the stretch for him too. So Trey Lance is the man. Their backfield pretty solid with Hamlin
Got
and
some
Roger
good
Craig
backs.
back there. Oh my
Hamlin
God.
has some definite speed out the backfield.
Nice little,
It's a little sneaky speed.
fullback / tight end sitting over here. Wide receiver wise, they got Trevor Franklin. They got Stankin' Franklin. They got Adrian Jones. Adrian! All that speed. They got Devontae Davis, who they just drafted. When he unlocks to an X Factor. Joe Carter, little 6'5", 20 round paying that niggas. Oh my God, paying that advanced start, 95. And LaMichael Marshall, a little small scat back, wide receiver / running back. This guy I would move him to the running back position and develop him into a motherfucking ability player, and then put all that passing shit on him, so you know the receiver shit on the running back, and have him go dummies out the backfield. Catching the ball, doing all types of shit. That's only if he can catch though. Dorian Lewis, oh my God, he still got Kittles over here doing what he do. Left tackle, Brandon Harrell, rookie, balling. Gonna put him on the field ASAP. Left guard, Cameron Matthews from the first draft class. He had 95 overall, superstar. Joe Witt at center, 93, in his 4th year, dog. Right guard, Tim Lewis, 92 overall, dog.
Man, you need some offensive linemen. You better holler the 49ers. Sheesh.
They fucking loaded.
Computer snatched up all them offense. So while everybody else was taking these skill positions, computer linemen snatched some offensive linemen in this draft.
Rather shit out of him.
Yeah, he got some rookies over here. He's developing. He got hella offensive linemen over there.
Man, I like the roster though, man. I like the roster. Right tackle pretty good too. You look at the defensive pass rush. Leonard the dog. They got a strong backup. They actually got really good strong backup at right end. You're looking at Nick Bosa, who's balling again. Zaire Beckett, good backup. D tackle position. Lindsey White, coming off his 1st year, strong as an ox. Eric Armstead still here. The problem is he better have had a good year. No reason he's supposed to be still on ability right now. But Burke's there, 91 overall, 99 strength. They don't show the superstar. They only show the X factors on here. So don't think that these guys ain't superstars. Just looking at their overall right now. Depth chart don't show superstar players. They only show X factors. Earl Woods, linebacker, balling right now. Deion Medlock. And Dom Alford playing in a whole bunch of special team roles, but they got really good high overalls.
You got a rookie over there in DJ Thompson starting on that side.
Fucking Kadeem Wagner, bro. Oh my God, Kadeem Wagner, a monster. Deion Medlock.
Pussy be everywhere.
I was gonna say you played him, so I know you know what he been doing. Valentine over here, 6'2", 255. DJ Thompson. You know what I mean? Louisville, nice little outside linebacker to hold you down. I like his roster. Ambry Thomas, I don't know. I just think this guy, Samuel's number 2. Like, he comes in and becomes the number 2 receiver over here with Telvin Hall, nice size. You got Randy Jackson, nice size. Jamie Alton, 6'2". They got some good size over here, but then, their top 2 corners are 6 foot. Ambry Thomas and Chris Samuel. At the safety position, Whitmore, he's been stepping since year 1. Jabril Pepper over here to help out in development. And then that strong safety, Roman Chamberlain, is over here calling at the safety position with, again, Jabril Pepper helping out with development.
2 6'4" safeties back there with hip power to cover up for some of them smaller cornerbacks.
Yes, sir.
But,
and you got tall corners, and then you match up when you got the 6 foot. You got 6 foot corners over there to go, especially in this Baltimore Ravens game. You got the corners, the better run with these short receivers for the Ravens. So it's a good matchup right now, man. They got a strong run game, really good passing game. What does the secondary of Baltimore do with the passing game with the
I think we more or less might be looking to see what each one of these linebackers do. Like you got the newcomer, both of them coming for a bloodline, but you got the newcomer Wagner, and you got Lulu. Like I think I really like to got to see what these Lewis not even a starter, the #1 linebacker over there no more. So guess you can't even say that, huh? Man, he already. Lewis ain't even starter, so I guess it's Deron Adams. We're gonna see Deron Adams, the battle of the newcomers, huh?
It did. You got Wagner.
Deron Adams and Wagner.
Yeah. Now Lewis start. Junior Junkies say I'll play a lot though at middle linebacker though. But Lewis starts. But you dealing with D-Ron.
Second 3-4.
Yeah, now when I go into 3-4 you got Juggy Seau and Dion back there. I mean D-Ron Adams back there. Lewis play everywhere else.
So it's basically the newcomer, one of the top picks from this draft. Deron Adams was one of the all picks from last draft, and Wagner. Adams versus Wagner. It's more or less. I'd like to see what these new captains of these defenses this next century, decade, see what they do, man. This gonna be a game of defenses.
Man,
we got a time set. We got a schedule on this game. A time set for this game.
Well, he on West Coast time. If he gonna play tonight, we're gonna play. If not, figure out a time for tomorrow. I'm about to DM him right now while we all watching and see what happens. Matter of fact, just tell me, is your call, bro? You trying to play tonight or you want to play tomorrow? If we don't play tonight, I'm gonna hopefully Max ain't passed the fuck out and he got all their shit so I can get all that done tonight while I finish the draft class if he doesn't play. And if he do play, I'm staying up anyway to do it anyway, so either or. I'm cool as long as I ain't gotta wait till fucking 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I'm cool.
He's gonna say you can get up like 10:30 in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be up that early. I don't know if I'm gonna play. You know what? It might not be a bad idea, right? With me.
With you, 10 or 11, and I know he be getting up. He'll get up at like 10 a.m. or play at like 10 a.m. I think 10:30 at the latest, something like that. 10 a.m. or something. Just gotta make sure your ass gonna wake up. Well,
all right. I'm gonna be up because my kids got school in the morning. I'm gonna have to be up with them. He in the chat, man. He fucking here. He know what the fuck going on. What's up, nigga? What we doing? My phone died. I can't DM you right now. Yo, bro, the league chipping right now. There's some big names in this league right now, bro. Like, I want to see the top 3. Let me go here real fast. Here we go. All right, so Lamar Jackson leads the league in passing yards right now. It look like he has 66%, or is that 68%? 2,000. Look like 2,928 passing yards, 39 touchdowns. Jerry Bradshaw second with 77% completion percentage, and Dan Marino Jr. is third in the league. At the running back position, you got ETN, Streets, and Bass, and ETN has 1,300 yards rushing. Streets got 1003, and Tremaine Bass is on his way to 1,000 yards with 980 and 11 touchdowns. So ETN got 20 touchdowns, 9 and 11. Receiver Samuel L, 46 catches, look like that's 14 and 11, 17 touchdowns. Bateman, 45 catches, look like 1185, 10 touchdowns. And then Tion Pitts with 26 catches or 36 catches for 1153, 19 touchdowns. Your sack leaders, Jeremy Cumberland has 12, PJ Leonard has 10, Ty Warren for the Patriots have 9. Safeties, Kadeem Stearns with that 5 interception game got 11. Chris Samuel, the rookie, look at him, 8 picks right now. Junior Levine with another 8. And then tacklers, the Terminator, Devin Ward, 63 tackles, 47 solos. You got him, Ben Middleton with 59 and 43, and then Ray Louis the third or the fourth with 53 and 40. All right, they go your top 3 and all those categories right now. Alright, let's find out. My phone come back on what time this motherfucker wanna play, you heard? Other than that, man, thanks for tuning in. I see all the names on here. Max gonna get that. If I don't get that, we'll get it. All those guys that, commented on the late part of it that stayed on and watched, we'll get that thing. I got y'all, trust me.
I just screenshotted them.
You got it? You got the list real fast? That's alright, because I don't know if Max probably passed out. Alright. Should I, Nah, I ain't gonna stop the broadcast yet. What you, boo loving and shit? Well, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to fuck this spaghetti up and get to work. I got a lot of work to do. I'll give y'all guys a sneak preview for the late guys that's on right now. Let's go look at the college scouting real fast. FYI, the linemen are done. I do got every lineman but the center position is done. You guys can actually scout the linemen. As you can see, I already did scout the linemen, right? One of my linemen right now, right? But you can scout the linemen right now. They're done. Remember, these are real players. Malik Willis, Liberty. He's a real life player. These all are real life players right now. Just remember that. And for the most part, every last one of these quarterbacks are a real name. Dustin Crumb's real. It's somewhere I get lost at Dorian Thompson. There's a couple of them that's not who they are.
Don't matter. They can do some homework, man.
Yeah, do your homework. I'm not gonna say much
it's
more.
Given.
But,
the information's there. We can do homework this year. We gave everything up once.
Legit.
All right. At the running back position, you're dealing with Brian Robb. He looks like these all good running backs, man. Go look them up.
Yeah.
Go look these names up.
Just showing y'all that the draft class is done and it's getting worked, not completely done, but it's getting worked on regular, letting y'all know what's available to start scouting and start doing your homework on.
Can't say I know better than that. No, the fullback is not done yet. But the receiver position, man, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that's coming out with first round grades.
And
Jarrett Wilson.
Still.
Yeah, it still can change. We still got the combine and all that stuff. Remember this, fellas, with Real Draft, we are based off the combine. So you have to follow the combine and pro days to really get a true sense of these guys. What I would ask you to do is, if you see a name you're interested in, go watch their highlights. That's the first thing you do. Watch the highlights to determine who they are. Other than that, they're going to get built off of what they did on the field. But their combine numbers and stuff like that, y'all know, if you still watching and you're interested in this shit, then you know what the combine is.
And don't just watch the highlights just to see, ooh, yeah, he did this, he did that. It don't matter. If the motherfucker going out there catching ooh babies, but that's not your game style, like, don't waste no picks, man. Like,
Right.
Like if you go out here looking at DBs and stuff, and and you mostly trying to play man and not playing no zone, and they just man linebacker, like, just you gotta this where you gonna have to take your GM into the next step. Last time we gave you so much stuff, but this time you're gonna have to do some work. The information's still out there and readily available in the palm of your hands, but like we just gotta learn how to move and figure it out. It's really not hard at all, man. It's a plug and play, pick, plug and play. Like you say, go look at some of these highlights, do some investigating on some players, tag them on your thing. Go hit your YouTube, do some Googling, you know what I mean? Fill out, look, check their 40 times, check this, check that, check this strip, see what they were good at. You know what I mean? And see if they fit your type scheme, then you can put them on your draft board. I don't want to see none of these players come here in graveyards. I swear to God, we're going to start calling y'all out. We're going to have a show.
Yeah, we got to do a show, yeah.
Graveyard.
We got to do a graveyard show, bro.
Out here. Hey, Hero, I'm glad to see you using some of them people. We're glad to see Sanders up on that list and see Robinson up there, because, boy, you was about to be graveyard, man. Hey, come on, Hero. Keep it up. Get some of these games and let me see that big dub. See that big win, Hero. Keep it up. You got some dogs over there, man. You went into the lab. Got Roy rage over there, man. Keep them on them roids. I want to see that action. Keep working. I told you point blank, that wide receiver Robinson is a dog. He made some of the best catches I've seen on the damn game. He done got some great animations. You got a nice running back over there. But yeah, we're going. Matter of fact, this is so. Anybody in the league, y'all see a dog player that's on the team that's in the graveyard? When I'm gonna let y'all know when it's that time, y'all gonna DM. Send me some DMs. We gonna kill everybody in the league on the show.
Yeah, bro. All these guys are
Cause I'ma kill
real
Ant.
life.
He got some dogs over there.
Man.
Red shirt and dogs. I'm a fry Ant. I'm letting y'all know I'm going right at the commission. So y'all get ready. I know it's a play on everybody's team. Y'all done asked about it, this, that, and the fourth. And you look at 2 seasons later, you see them in free agency, or they're still on their bench with 0 catches.
All right.
0 carries.
Oh, you're doing. I ain't score a point. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
I'm kind of. Hold on, let's look. So we got tight ends too. Weidemeyer, the #1 rated. Isaiah Likely from UCLA. That's not Coastal Carolina. Colorado, Trey McBride. Charlie Kohler. Otto, Jeremy Rucker. Yeah. You got, man, like I said, tight ends in this draft. Bowen. You got bang. Some of these guys just boom. Come more Gamble. I remember him. Yeah. Linemen is dogs. Like so, for example, like I told y'all can scout the lineman right now. I'll probably waste my points there. Charlie Cross, Mississippi State. If you go to mock drafts, they got him going, you know, in that top 5 sometimes for the most part. Top 10.
Definitely. He might skip and jump. I want to see who that next. I want to see who that next real GM is. Like, who's a GM out here that really does some work and can come back and say, hey, my guy, I seen y'all did this, but which, you know, I'm looking and I'm seeing this a little bit. Like, who gonna really pull something out and say, man, look, I might have fell asleep on the controller one night when y'all was doing this or doing that. Who that next level GM that's really looking deep into stuff?
You.
That's what I want to see. We ain't talking about me. We talking about the crew, the people out here. Let me see Sauce if he done. He only went through the offensive side of the ball. He ain't really made it all the way through the defensive side. Who's that? SSAN 4226. He in the other league, I said. Let me see Sauce if he done. He ain't made the cornerbacks yet. In like another 2 days, the rest of the draft, we'd be done like another couple days, man. Ain't gonna be too long.
Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? What else is on here? Hey. I ain't get the Sauce yet. He gonna be the #1 corner though. This nigga, I'm GM Guru on the King Madden.
Oh, you the GM Guru and King Madden, huh?
Yeah, he gave me all fucking force wins too. I was tanking.
Oh, he tanked in GM. Oh, you got GM without tanking. Yes, sir. I hear you. I'm probably the #1 GM around these parts though, buddy.
You gotta attack that motherfucker if you want him, huh?
Yeah, Snake, I'm the GM Guru and King Madden.
Yes, sir. You talking that work right now. I get these fucking linebackers: Califto, Joe Bull, Trevor Walker, Sam Williams. You got, look at this shit, Clemens.
What team he start with in King Madden?
He got the Eagles. I ain't get to the linebackers yet. Not all of them, actually. I only got one graded cornerback I think the same thing. It ain't Derek Stingley. A lot of guys think it's Stingley. I think it's Baby Boy from Cincinnati. And I wouldn't be surprised if I don't put him first, the first corner on this board.
To be honest, come the actual real draft time, it ain't really no telling what the fuck he get dropped to the third. I hate to say it, but just depending, like
They already slow as shit as it is. Slow in my mind, slow in my mind, slow in my mind. Let's see what. Let's give him a little peek preview real fast. Not what you think is gonna get either. Let's see what they did with this #1 corner guy. He only a star.
You say if I ain't drive a truck, I'd give you a run in Game of Thrones.
Another star.
Oh, buddy. I remember them days. I had my CDL too. I'm done with that truck shit.
All I know. Did I put a safety in this bitch? That shit they looking like we do got a first round safety in this motherfucker. I got one. He's slow though. Let's see if they made him an ability guy. We know who this nigga is. Oh my god. We know who he gonna be. Nate about to be mad as hell. Let's change that college right now.
Uh-oh.
Notre Dame. Number 14.
What we see going on in here? Hold up. Chargers trade pick 4 to Giants for Laviska Shenault. What the
In
fuck?
real life or in the game?
I'm talking about a game.
Oh yeah, he took that tailback / fullback, turned him to a fullback for. He been playing fullback for like every year in the league since he been over here.
He got a fourth round pick out of him from the Chargers. Oh man,
what the Chargers doing? He keep getting his backfield. What do you see in the Giants backfield?
Like damn.
Mama used to say.
Right, look, we know the Steelers still on. Right. I think he went and changed Herschel Walker number, man.
Good.
Let me go see what he did. He did something. Did he take the donut off, or did he change it? He took the donut off, or he changed his number.
No, he better take that donut off my boy Dwight Coney. I know that.
He 34. He number 34, so he went and changed his number.
Good. That's what's up, Brian. Now we go to Google real fast for a second. No. That's not what I wanted to do. No.
Man, this motherfucker Najee Harris still. Yes, sir.
I don't get it twisted. He know what he doing with Najee too.
Yep.
Once he get his team to completely respond to what he trying to do on offense, is over with.
Yeah, Najee 29 now though. Trying to figure out it's gonna be time for a real reset. About to lose Najee, Watt, like you got Edmonds. You losing some key pieces over there. Twins, everything.
Let's see, safety. Who's the #1 safety on the board in real life? Kyle Hamilton. They got him 6'4", 210.
6'4".
Sorry,
yep.
Can't play sub. He ain't light skinned enough, boy. You gotta make him a little bit more light skinned.
Better hope he gained 5 pounds of muscle by a combine.
You better hope he run a 4. They got him projected to run a 4.55. So that'll put him somewhere around here, off my scale. Bench press. Alright. athlete. And sure he is. He's an athlete. And sure he is. Mike about to be sick. Because if y'all think this is going to stay the same, you lost your mind. I'm showing you it, but it ain't going to do no sir.
We know who he trying to move up in the draft. We know who he gonna want to take first pick.
And through all that, I lied. Only thing you're gonna see is who is he again? Brian May. Who's the number 2 safety in this draft class? Hold on. Come on, bro. Don't take me away from it. I just was there. What the fuck? Gonna make me do this shit all over again.
Boy from.
Let's see who the number 1 corner in this draft. Let's see who they really got the number 1 corner in this draft is. Y'all ready?
Number 1 corner.
Yep, they do got Derek Stingley number 1 right now. That's just on the that's just Ahmad Sauce. They got him running a 4-4. A 4-4-2. What's Stingley running? Stingley a 4-3 guy. They got him running a 4-4. All these guys is 4-3 guys. Trust me, you'll see when they get to their combine. They just this site I be on. They take their Damn, I ain't know Trent McDuffie stepped up to the number 3 corner in this draft. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what made me say it about
Kyer Elam from Florida, 6'1", 187,
yeah,
4'4".
That's talking about the dude from Washington stepping up though a little bit, coming up the board a little bit more too though. I think he could rise too. He might rise to number above Florida. I mean. Both of them.
You got Michigan's cornerback / safety and Michigan's Daxton Hill. He'll be a tweener. So whoever get him gonna have a tweener. You got Kyle Gordon, cornerback Washington. Missouri's Caleb Evans, 6'1", 200. Roger McCarthy, McCrary, cornerback Auburn, 4'5". Tennessee, Alante Taylor, I remember him. 6 foot 182. Who else is on this bitch? Jalen Armour Davis, Alabama. I remember him. Jermaine Waller. Andrew Booth Jr. Head dog. Miles Jones, 6'3", 185. And niggas don't remember him. I traded him the guns last year. But we had him at safety. He had 2 cornerbacks. I got nothing to do with safety anymore. So they must have really converted him and said, this is where you at. Josh Thompson, cornerback, 5'11". Texas. Tariq Castro Fields sitting here, 6 foot, 445. Do. I want to see who the come on, goddamn it, bring it back. What you gonna do when you grow up? Alright, let's look at this and see who the top.
Top what?
Linebacker. Let's see outside. I don't want to go middle linebacker, interior. Inside linebacker.
Georgia boys for sure.
You already know. You know I know.
Alright, shit. It don't matter.
It might
Go
not be.
inside
Not
or
right away.
outside.
Damon Clark, I remember him. Him at 6'4", 237. He's slow, but he got big as hell. Oh my god. He wasn't that slow last year. We had him like 84 speed, 84 XL, something like that. Devin Lloyd, he balled out in that Michigan game. Ooh, say my name, say my name. Who else? That's number 1. Number 2 is Jacoby McLean from Auburn here, dog. Christian Harris, fucking Alabama, dog. Brandon Smith, Penn State, dog. That's what I'm getting. Watch. Quay Walker, somebody gonna get him for sure. He a fucking monster.
Still got me. Ain't talk about them Georgia boys, Dean or Anderson, yeah. Or you said Quay. I think that's a Walker, right? Yeah. Shannon Tyler. Georgia do they put out dog linebackers though.
Ooh. Bella Spector, he finally got his time to shine. Niggas have been there forever.
Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
Linebacker little as hell. DeMarco Jackson. He alright. Christopher Allen. Jesse Akita. These are all names I remember putting in already. You can't be my Terrell Bernard. Jeremiah Gimmel.
One thing, this class definitely got some wide receivers in it. Shit.
Yeah, he did. This class do got some receivers in this bitch. Alright, well.